That was fun.
Yeah. Hey everyone, Anthony here with things that weren't cool in high school.
I thought it was tornado tag. I wore the wrong shirt.
Yeah, Nikolai is rocking the brand new. It's hard to see on camera.
The glare, shine.
The new tornado tag T-shirt. I'm wearing a Macho Man shirt. You're thinking this is a day early. It's not the tornado tag episode. We're actually going to cover basic news that's going on, what's going on in the world of pop culture, and today's topic is going to be wrestling in pop culture. So we're going to talk about our favorite video games, movies, comic books,
and I'm going to learn about it.
Television shows.
I was going to bring David to say this one.
Yeah. But I think there's a few that you may not even realize that you played or watched that had wrestlers in it.
Maybe not.
You actually learned about one, which actually is one of your topics tonight.
There's one huge one.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
Yeah. So when we go to the movies, I want Nikolai to go first because I'm actually really happy that Nikolai picked this.
He just watched one. Talked about it 2 weeks ago.
He did, but he has an even better one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
what did we talk about 2 weeks ago?
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cena's on the
But
cover.
see,
Yeah.
I feel like
that counts.
John Cena's in it, but he did nothing for me. Like anyone, literally anyone who has the military look could have been in that role, and it wouldn't have changed anything for me.
I thought about buying
a generic casting, pretty much.
I looked at it, I was like, maybe I'll buy it. I'm like, just get out, man.
Yeah. So first thing I want to talk about, local guy Charles Moran. He made the Critter items. There is a few left, so go on and grab them. I think they're $20 a piece, but he hand makes them. He has a lot of really cool horror merch, and he makes a bunch of stuff. So that's on there. His website is Horror Prints. You'll see it in the thing on the page. Ash vs. Evil Dead is heading to Dead by Daylight, so Ash is going to make an appearance.
What is Dead by Daylight?
So Dead by Daylight is kind of like the Friday the 13th game, where one person plays as the killer and the rest of them play as the heroes, and they have to solve these puzzles and do these things to escape the map before they all get killed.
I think Leatherface was a part of it.
Leatherface,
is that on
Freddy Krueger,
Xbox One or a computer? Or?
It's for every major console. Yep.
I am kind of disappointed though he's not getting his own game. Like when
he
let that drop that he's only going to play Ash one more time in a game.
I don't think that's the game.
I hope not.
That's
because that's a real flaw.
Yeah.
That's going to be a separate one.
This is one of the things I just downloaded. I played a little bit of it. We'll talk about it a little bit, but Assassin's Creed 3 remaster. So when they say 3, you're getting Assassin's Creed 3. I know a lot of people don't like that version of the game.
I don't.
It was one of my favorites, if not because American Revolution. I like the character. It was one of my favorites. And you get Liberation, which was the handheld game.
Is that the one with the Black Road New Orleans?
Yep.
Okay. I went to play that, but I never did.
If you have the season pass for Assassin's Creed Odyssey and said, okay, I beat Odyssey and deleted it, go back and check your ready to downloads, because if you bought the season pass, you got the remastered of this game for free.
Oh, that's cool.
And Liberation is built in the Assassin's Creed game. So it's not 2 different downloads.
Oh, okay, that's cool. You know what? I thought the main character was unlikable.
Connor.
Yeah, I didn't like him at all.
Really?
And you know what? He's an Indian, not to be politically correct, and he can't shoot a bow and arrow on a horse. Come on, think about it.
That's very true.
Yeah, every cowboy and Indian movie, they're always like riding a horse.
Yeah.
Link can do it in Zelda.
Yeah,
Connor can't.
I was like, oh,
that's
a great point.
I got like halfway. I didn't like the whole boat thing either. Even though that was more before.
Even the Black, like that, everyone's like, that was awesome, and they made Black Flag, and everyone's like, Black Flag's the best. I'm like, that was my least favorite part. Is the boat stuff.
But the mechanics are good.
Yeah. This Saturday, big thing. Myself, I believe Nikolai.
What's this Saturday?
This Saturday. He'll be there. Maybe Ben. I'm not sure.
What are we doing?
Dave is going. Heidi is going. We're all going to Goodfellas Warehouse. You're going to be in New York.
New York City.
Going to see Another Day Dawns.
Oh, Cody.
Yep.
Or Dakota.
You know, their picture, they look cool. Like, they look heavy. They look like I'd like them.
They are.
They look like Alistair Black.
They're definitely on the heavier side.
Hosted by iRock Radio, Another Day Dawns with Look Alive, Montongo, and Churches and Trains. So pretty good lineup. I'm excited. And Goodfellas is also under some new stuff, and Rob's doing a great job booking that and getting everything set up. So I'm excited to go see that show and see a lot of cool bands. Another cool video we posted on the page. Friend of ours, Brent Christopher Reber, doing his little version of Eruption by Van Halen. How awesome was that video?
He's a good guitar
Oh.
player. I watched.
That-
You
that-
showed me that last time.
yeah,
I was like, oh,
1.3K views it got.
Of course, because he's good. He's not like.
And he didn't have a whammy bar, so he literally tunes the guitar down.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
that's
was
hard to do.
Yeah, that was awesome. Eruption was a Van Halen song.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah,
It wasn't even really a song.
Van Halen
It was just
album.
a guitar solo.
yeah.
And it led into You Really Got Me Now.
So was it on Guitar Hero?
Yes, it was actually.
It was.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then
It was
I'm
on-
probably familiar.
It
with
was on 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sega Genesis Mini to launch in
Yeah.
September.
$80 though. Like, ooh.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, 79.99.
40 games though.
That's what. Yeah, I was just saying. They only announced a couple.
That's actually a
Gunstar
good
Heroes,
price
Sonic 2. I'm assuming all the Sonic games will be on it.
And from what I've seen, the door opens. Does it fit a game or
I don't know.
are they just
It
doing
looks like it does, but then it says it's scaled down. So
I would
it
be
could be
too-
scaled down with a bigger slot for the game.
I would
Why
be
not?
I wouldn't be too surprised if Sega actually does that because they usually cater more to the fans more than anything. Like they're the type to be like, oh hey, like we have a game property. It's like anyone can use our stuff, and Nintendo's
Yeah.
like complete opposites. Like don't use our stuff. Get the out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I will probably pick it up.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I'm like,
I will not get the PlayStation Classic, but I will get the
No,
Genesis
no
Classic.
way.
it looks good though.
Buy a PlayStation for $5 and the cables and all. It's so
Yeah.
much cheaper
Yeah.
than the
Yeah.
mini.
And most games aren't expensive at all.
Yeah, exactly.
$2, you know.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go back to that in a minute and we'll look at the game list and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a full list revealed yet.
Local talent, Cody Wiley, another really good local musician. He was on T102, on T102's fan page. So go check that out and watch his video. Give him some likes.
What does he do?
He was a
Acoustic
Oh,
player.
okay,
He played
okay.
Culture to Culture.
Yeah.
Yep. Video Games Monthly.
Mhm.
They're play the past to the future. They're doing a $10,000 giveaway. We're actually doing 2 unboxing videos.
Yeah, whenever they come, well, probably tomorrow.
Yeah,
Probably
when they
tomorrow.
come in.
Well, I'm thinking Friday. It's
Yeah.
usually always 4 days because
Okay.
they're in Minnesota.
So we might do it next episode. We'll have 2 unboxing videos
Yeah.
possibly. Andy's there's probably 2 out since I posted this one, but Call in the Power Ring is out. Number 44 is out right now, right? That's the WrestleMania one.
Yeah, the Crisis on Infinite Wrestling shows.
Yes.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Hey Poor Player, another cool thing that we're
Yeah, I don't know how we found that.
We're gonna have some.
I'm
We're gonna have
that
some
Streets
cool.
of Rage 2.
Yeah, we didn't win though.
Oh,
Someone did win.
pricks.
But that they actually might be a call-in guest.
No, cool.
Hey Poor Player.
There's
yeah.
another one I have to. It's another video game thing. I actually won a game from them.
Really?
You comment like something. It was like comment your favorite Mario character or something like that. And I won the Mario 1, 2, and 3 Mario All Stars.
Nice.
Super Mario World.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Um,
speaking of winning things, side
Go
note,
ahead, go ahead.
HQ, you and Ben especially are probably gonna just be right up your alley. I've been playing HQ lately,
Mhm.
and they're doing a Marvel themed night of trivia.
Really?
Yeah,
And you
where
actually win real. If you
Yeah, you
last,
win real
if you
money.
last to the end, you
Yeah.
win real money.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's 15
wow.
questions,
Yeah.
and I mean, there's like bonuses that you can do so that like you get extra lives.
And is that the trivia game on the phone? Or-
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's called
Instead of your
HQ.
phone, yeah.
Yep.
I know there's a
and
couple of
then
them.
Tomorrow night is The Office.
Yes, tomorrow night's The Office,
Oh.
but they're doing a Marvel one that I saw the ad for last night. So I forgot exactly what day it was, but
Yeah.
I figured I'd let you guys know.
And
since-
where's that located?
It's just on your
it's an
phone.
app.
Oh,
It's-
oh,
it's an app
oh,
called
oh,
HQ.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
We see Chucky hanging up again.
Oh,
we
is
have
it?
we
Oh.
have them hanging up.
Jennifer
Some Chucky
Tilly.
news. Some Chucky news. Chucky has a new voice.
I seen it and I was like, is that real or is it
It
April
is
Fool's?
100% real, and Chucky's now going to be voiced by Mark
Yeah.
Hamill.
So is it Joker voice?
His
Yeah,
range
that
of
is-
voices is really good, so I'm excited to see what he does.
I'm Chucky. Is it just that? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pumped.
I
For
mean,
it,
hey,
though.
that's kind of cool.
What else we got here? This is kind of this. Don't judge me, guys. This is a big chick flick, but I'm a big fan of this movie. I love this
My super
movie.
ex-girlfriend loved it.
No,
Super- that was a good one. Yeah.
see?
20 years ago, a couple days ago, but it was the 20th anniversary of 10 Things I Hate About You.
What's wrong with that?
Jason
There's
Jason
nothing wrong with
Gordon-Levitt's.
that.
I never seen it, but wasn't that more just a general
That's
comedy?
with,
Maybe
It was-
half
it was a-
chick flick?
it was
Jason
a-
Gordon-Levitt, Heath Ledger,
Julia
Julia
Stiles.
Stiles.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was a big like.
Taming of the Shrew.
And
Well,
they even,
so
I think
yes.
they even had like
I'm
Seth
mistaken,
Green
yeah.
too.
So it's like '98 then.
Yeah,
it was just
Yeah,
like late
it's a
90s.
really good. It's a really.
I
good
never
movie.
seen it. So
Robin and the Joker went to school.
Yeah, how about
Yeah,
that? I can't
Robin
say up or
and
down
Joker-
about it.
Robin and Joker went to school together, high school.
No, he wasn't Robin. That was his name. He was
Yeah.
whatever his name was.
Yeah, his name was Robin.
Yeah, his
Um,
real name.
if you're a fan of Hot ones. They announced April 4th.
Who doesn't like hot ones?
Yeah, April 4th is Chelsea Handler is going to be a hot one. So I'm kind of.
I kind of liked her show.
Yeah,
She's out
funny.
there.
Children have a whole bottle of vodka when she's doing that.
I would like to see her when she was younger. I mean, she looked pretty good. Now she looks kind of
big news for Nikolai, because you're the only Call of Duty player at the table. New Blackout map, Alcatraz.
I'm excited. I don't even. This is the first I'm hearing of it, but I love Alcatraz. It was. I'm gonna go on a side note. Alcatraz was one of those shows that I bitched about with Ash vs. Evil Dead, where they just fucking canceled it out of nowhere. They had one season.
One season,
and they ended it at the worst note possible. I'm never gonna know what happens, but I'm excited when Alcatraz comes up.
Alcatraz map is available now.
You know, there's an 80s metal band called Alcatraz.
Really? Yeah.
Yngwie Malmsteen was the guitar player.
I don't know a full story behind this. I don't know if it was somebody's grandmother or if she was an actual. I believe, I'm not mistaken, she was an elderly woman who played Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
She was a huge fan of the game, and I guess she streamed, and her grandson used to put videos of her playing, and she used to like to walk around.
Yeah.
And,
That's awesome.
They found out about it. I'm sorry, she played Skyrim.
Okay.
And Elder Scrolls 6 is the next title.
That's what they're working on now.
They mocapped her, and they're gonna put her as an NPC. In the
that's
game.
pretty cool.
Yeah, which is really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that. That's like one of those like stories where it's like hits you in the feels.
To give it back.
Like the one thing I read where this kid, his dad passed away, and his dad, he found his dad's old PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3, and he put it in, and he put in like it would be Forza. It might have been Forza on an Xbox.
No, it would have been Gran Turismo.
I think I remember.
It was a racing game in the system. I don't know if it was PlayStation or Xbox, but he put the game in, and you know how when you do a lap, it'll save your ghost car.
Yeah.
So his dad had a ghost car on the one track. So he was racing the track and then realized that he was racing his dad.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
And he said every now and then when he misses his dad or he's going through a thing and he wants to he could play a video game with his dad. And he says there was one time where he was beating his dad's fastest lap, and right before he hit the finish line, he slammed the brakes on, so his dad's ghost could win. So he wouldn't. He wouldn't oversave the data.
How about that?
So that's a cool little video game thing too. There. What else we got? Sambo from PPW, and the other, yeah. Sambo, and then the other guy who just fought for the title. I'm having a brain fart.
So it's Sam Adams.
And
what is his name? Lone Wolf something.
Yeah.
That was first match.
They just started a podcast called The Sambo Show.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't get to listen to it yet.
Yeah. And then
they might speak Spanish for the whole thing though. So
I did watch a little bit.
If so, I can't.
They did not speak Spanish from what I seen, but it was really, really good from what I seen a little bit of it. Last Saturday we went to the Bloomsburg Theater Ensemble. And we seen the production of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night. Nikolai was terrified.
Not of the show, of Tony in the audience.
But then I start yelling like it's a wrestling show.
Well, that's what he messaged me and was like, "Is it okay if I heckle?" I'm like, "Listen, I can't stop you, but I won't be sitting with you if that's the case." I was like, I'm friends with the majority of the cast. I just can't.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on? Alexis, hi, by the way, and the Look Alive is tuned in. So yeah, we're excited to see you guys on Saturday, and we're excited for your sit down with interviews.
I'm gonna watch the video because they look like there would be a band I would like.
They're awesome.
They look fit.
Yeah, they're cool. They have a really cool look, and they sound awesome. But yeah, so we went to the show. I did not know anything about the book of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night.
It is one of the titles, like
yeah. So. If I start spoiling too much, stop me. So it's about a boy. He has autism, extreme autism.
Okay.
And he's, his dad is taking care of him. The mom's no longer in the picture. And I guess the mom disappears one day, and the dad's like, she died. She's gone. She's dead in the hospital. You'll never see her again. Ooh. And then he goes over next door to see his neighbor's dog, which gives him comfort. And when he goes there, the neighbor's dog is dead.
And that's how the play opens.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And he gets blamed for the death of the dog. So then he starts doing investigation work to find out who killed the dog, and then he starts finding out more dark secrets. Ooh. But it's the cast was phenomenal. It was my first experience. They were unreal. Mm-hmm. For you would think you're gonna go see like a play in
and you're thinking,
Bloomsburg.
oh,
But they're so like every single one of those people on stage were so good. The lead, phenomenal.
Steven, I honestly I couldn't imagine that show without him.
Mhm.
He was made for that role. Like
He looked like he like you thought it was like an autistic actor.
Really? Wow.
yeah. Like there was no doubt in my mind of anything I've ever seen
Yeah.
of somebody who's autistic. He nailed every aspect of it.
Wow.
And the production value of it, like the sounds, the lights, they literally projected all these cool things onto the stage. And not only is it a story, and you're getting a more of an insight of what someone with autism goes through and what they struggle with on a daily basis, but the way they incorporate the lights and the sounds of the show and the theater. And when he starts going through his, they call it like a stim, like an over stim,
Okay.
and he starts freaking out, like they'll blast like a really low take, like your ear could pick it up, but there's so many different sounds going on and loud noises, and you hear like,
Oh, okay.
and he just like, so it's more of like it puts you in the mind of someone who's suffering, like who's going through that, you know what I mean? And it was like there was points of it where I watched, I was getting kind of choked up, like
So it's pretty serious, pretty heavy.
100%. Yeah, it was a dive into something that not many people would understand, and it was really, really good. I enjoyed myself, and I definitely would see myself going back to the Bloomsburg Theater again, 100%.
It's right on the main street too, right?
Yes, it's at the Ovina Cross Theater in downtown Bloomsburg, straight across the street from the Bakers Guild. This show will run from March 28th to April 14th. I can't imagine this show, the more people go to see it, the less likely it will be to not sell out.
Yeah.
So if this is something of interest to you, I highly suggest getting tickets in advance. And then I'm already excited for the next show because it's Every Brilliant Thing, and Eric from the Bloomsburg Theater Ensemble is directing it. He's always awesome when it comes to directing comedy, and that will start April 25th to May 19th.
Now, how's the theater itself?
It's nice.
It's like old fashioned, but like still nice.
Stadium. It's all stadium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I like them old theaters.
There's
like that.
one row that's on the floor.
Oh, okay.
One
and
row.
then it goes up like
Yep.
like this.
And then it's all stadium.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
Phenomenal. I honestly, if you guys have a date and you're bored on a Friday or Saturday and we have nothing going on, I would 100% go and see it again.
Yeah, usually their shows are from Wednesday, but definitely Thursday to Sunday. They do a matinee on Sunday, and then sometimes during the week they have, depending on the show.
Yeah.
Like I know when they do Wizard of Oz and stuff, they'll bring in school groups to go during the
okay.
day and have
Yeah.
matinees throughout the week for field trips. But they never make you not want more.
Oh, that's good.
And like I had a workshop from 6:30 in the morning to like 5 o'clock that day, and I was like, man, this is gonna be a rough one to get through, like a 3-hour play.
Oh,
But
wow.
Yeah.
honestly, I was kept at the edge of my seat the
wow.
whole time,
That's
like
cool.
That's
wide
good.
awake. It
That's
it
good.
was awesome.
And they serve beer. Berwick Brewing Company.
Oh,
they,
really?
they did Berwick Beer. Zac Efron getting his Netflix debut and the trailer released for the Ted Bundy film. It comes May 3rd. So
Is he
kind
Ted
of-
Bundy now? Is that?
yeah, he's
Mhm.
playing
Oh,
Ted
wow.
Bundy. It looks
they
really
gone
good.
for Ted Bundy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing him.
Another cool
Okay.
thing we post on the page, and they're in the chat right now. Look Alive. They just put out a video of their some in the studio working on some stuff. So go check that video out. That's doing really well. It's got over 768 views. So good job, guys.
And they're local, right?
Yep, they're local, and they'll be playing this Saturday at the show we're going to.
Oh,
So
cool.
if you want to come,
and where's
hang
that
out.
at? Strikers, right?
Goodfellas.
Oh, Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Announced. I let them announce it. Faith and Exile will be on the podcast on 4/22 at 7 p.m. They did say they're going to be on Interviews with Everyday People, but they will be on Bangin' Beers. So we're going to do a Bangin' Beers
That's
episode.
a Monday?
That's going to be a Monday. Yep. Very limited beer selection because it is a Monday.
Fair
Um,
enough.
And it is going to be what? 6 people at the day? 7?
yeah.
Well, if we do our Colt 45 again,
That beer destroyed my stomach.
I just
all
got,
those
I just
beers
got
just-
destroyed overall.
We
yeah.
won't go into the details, but it was
That'd
not.
be like if I went
pretty.
and bought a bunch of
I don't
shitty
want to
soda from
backtrack
Walmart.
a little bit, but speaking of Bloomsburg, Main Street Vale Games, our favorite place to go there, is
Yeah.
moving across the
It's up by
moving
Fog and
down-
Flame now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's It's
Really?
right across
Actually-
from the Capitol now.
When I went
Nice.
for my
A bigger
walk after the
storefront.
show,
Is it on the same side?
that's when I noticed
Same side.
that they had a
Okay.
sign that said by
Oh,
the fucking
wow.
flame.
Oh,
So
cool. Awesome.
I look forward to seeing the new location and what they.
Definitely.
I have to
They're
go
all
when
the
they move.
2 days of work that I'm off is the days are closed.
Really?
So I never get to go anymore.
What days are they closed? Weird days.
Mondays and Sundays and Monday,
Oh.
and I always miss it.
I was in there once. It was
And
Friday
they
night,
and they
Saturday.
close at like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
And
is
I don't
like-
get out of work until 6.
Yeah, it's
So
hard to get up there.
I loved going there.
I hate when a lot of places close early like that. Like
Yeah.
Jim Thorpe, like
Now,
Jim
like,
Thorpe's a
they-
great town,
they
but
know-
by 7
Yeah.
o'clock everything's done.
Like they know, like if you're gonna be there or it's like Friday or Saturday, it's like they'll stay open until like 7:30. They don't mind
Yeah.
because they drive from I think from Nanaco to there.
Which ain't too far from there.
Right, and it's like you hop on
40 minutes
on,
maybe,
on
yeah.
81 and
Yeah.
then go from there. But they're always good about it.
So it was asked in the chat, and I wasn't ignoring you, but we were getting to it. The Joker trailer dropped.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't watch it.
You haven't seen
I-
it yet. Ben
I
has
watched
not
it.
seen it. I seen it. Nikolai saw. I'll let you go first. Nick.
Yeah,
Okay.
you go first.
So, I feel like from the trailer, they didn't really touch too much of Batman and Joker, from my opinion. I do feel like if they would have stripped the whole "we're gonna ride this coattail of Batman and the Joker" thing, that if it was just about this guy who's dressed as a clown and he gets beat up and tormented and goes like mentally insane, that there is a potential of a really awesome horror movie hidden in there. But with the coattail of Batman,
get, like-
maybe not so much. But I still look forward to seeing what they're gonna do with it.
That whatever one you have.
Yeah. Joaquin,
Joaquin.
Joaquin Noah.
Joaquin is
Jo-
playing
Jo-
the Joker.
Joaquin Noah from the Chicago Bulls at one point in time. No, Joaquin Phoenix. He, I mean, it looks cool.
Does he talk? Does he have a Joker voice, or is he just like?
No,
some
it's just kind of him talking.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe he'll get one then. I mean,
Yeah.
not like just
Yeah.
to talk like Mark Hamill.
I mean, he does he shows a bit of the laugh
Oh,
in
yeah.
it,
Okay.
and I do, I like it.
Like he has to take his own take,
Yeah.
Is he gonna talk like the Batman Returns one like that?
And I
Like,
also,
that kinda
too, like,
his voice.
I know people
Not Batman
nitpick
Returns.
different
Dark Knight.
characters, but I feel like they put way too much responsibility on the actor of
Yeah,
why it
yeah.
turns out the way it does. There's so many departments
didn't
that
write
have
it.
right. He didn't
Yeah.
write it. He's not in charge of the costume department or like the makeup department or any of that stuff. He shows up and
Just
reads the
does- yeah.
script, takes his take on it, and wears what I'm sure he has somewhat of a say.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this is comfortable or not comfortable. But I mean, there's so many hands that are in
Yeah.
those pots that can't be like,
it's Scorsese, so I mean, I'm
That's
excited.
something they
I'm
got him,
excited
you know?
for that.
And they have Mark Maron in too, in part of it.
It
then
was
as well.
originally supposed to be rumored to be Leonardo DiCaprio.
So who is Joker the main character? Is he?
It looks like
Is he an
it's-
anti-hero or is he the villain?
It looks like
who's the hero?
It looks like it's like a transformation of like the whole persona.
it's kind of a
sounds
play
like.
on the Killing Joke.
But that's all about
with
Joker
that- yeah.
shooting Batgirl and paralyzing her. Well, she's not gonna be.
Well, not well. It's more or less like the beginning part where he becomes the Joker,
Okay.
and it kind of gives him
It's
that
kind of like
backstory.
starting out, yeah.
So,
Because-
what this movie kind of looks like is if it justifies him being the Joker,
Oh, okay.
because the society and the world kind of beat
Yeah.
down on
Now, I
him.
wonder if they're gonna play it. Will they ever say his name?
well,
Or do they skirt around that the whole time? Wouldn't that be kind of cool if they did that? You
Yeah.
never actually say his real name.
in
Just
the
say, "Hey, you."
trailer they show Arkham Asylum,
Oh,
like the
okay.
hospital.
Yeah,
So they're already diving into the
the universe,
Batman, like
which is
touching
smart.
on
There's
it.
so much there.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's I mean, I'm gonna see it. Am
Yeah.
I gonna run to the theaters day one? No.
they say me.
But to be fair, I'm not running to the theaters day one for Endgame either.
Really?
So,
So, yeah, we got tickets for Friday.
I'm
People
not.
have been.
I-
People apparently have been trying to sell tickets for like $5,500.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like, what idiot
On
was buying it?
opening
And but then
day.
it said there are no bids yet. I was like,
Yeah.
of course.
I will wait 3 weeks and go see it.
I might wait to Blu-ray like I did with Aquaman and like Shazam. I'll probably wait to Blu-ray.
I'm going
You know?
tomorrow.
Oh, for
I have
Shazam?
my tickets.
Yeah, I
for
want to
like
see
2 weeks
Shazam,
now.
but like,
yeah.
Yeah.
What is it showing
It's
up
wrestling
tomorrow?
weekend.
Is it
Yeah,
tomorrow?
starts
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Yep.
It looks
Oh,
I'm going to the
fantastic.
8:00 showing.
But like the Joker, like I said earlier, I didn't ask for a Joker movie. I don't know who did. Like I like Magneto. I don't want a Magneto movie. You know, like
See,
so.
I would kind of like a Magneto movie, but like,
What villain would you want a movie of?
Jeez, none really.
Doctor Doom.
Galactus.
We
I
got
don't know.
we're getting Joker, with no Spider-Man, and we're getting a
You mean
Joker.
Venom?
I mean
What?
Venom with no
But
Spider-Man.
I thought
and
Venom
That would be
wasn't
a good
bad.
crossover. Yeah, I liked Venom.
I didn't go and expecting much. I
And
was
you're
like,
gonna,
this
now
isn't
you're
bad.
gonna get a Venom Carnage with
Yeah,
still no
I
Spider-Man.
think they might
That's okay.
do a little bit of Spider-Man in there. Well, you can kind of do that because like you don't need Spider-Man to make Carnage.
Mhm.
You kind of did for Venom. That's what. But the whole time he never had a spider symbol,
Yeah.
and he didn't swing, so he didn't do any spider things. But well, that makes sense in this universe. But why not put Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Well, we have the
Um,
Spider-Verse now. So
Yeah.
It doesn't, all that can get thrown out the window.
Spider-Ham comes out and starts
Yeah.
helping Venom.
Yeah.
Hey!
And the Joker's also going to be featured apparently in the last few episodes of Gotham, then too. For
Yeah,
running
he's
up
getting
on
a- he's
it.
getting
Oh,
Well, I thought that was April Fool's.
I don't know.
A picture of him, he looked terrible. He looked like
Yeah.
Well, I saw the
You never-
trailer
you
for this
never
season,
know.
Yeah.
and like that extended one, and it looked amazing.
Really?
With all the different
I
villains
gotta,
and stuff that
I
were
gotta
popping
give
in.
that show an honest shot again.
I watched like 4 episodes and said, this isn't bad, but I have so much to watch. that
Yeah.
It just didn't make the cut.
Last bit of news. And I guess you say they saved the best for last.
I thought the Joker trailer was best for last.
But you brought up Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm going to say that the live adaptation of Akira is going to be filming soon because Leonardo DiCaprio got the rights for it, and it was supposed to be the director for Thor
Yeah, I don't know.
Ragnarok, and they got like 18 million to
Really?
do it because of the
You're gonna need
tax
some
breaks, apparently.
CGI.
Yeah, and like people are like all up in arms because well, the whole whitewashing with
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell, and people are like that. But I mean, it makes sense
Yeah.
in some ways than other because, well, the whole thing is there's a huge nuclear explosion that happens and people get telekinetic powers. I'm just kind of like summarizing overall. It's just pretty interesting.
Okay.
You gotta watch it.
You
one of
ever
these
see
days.
the
I have
South
the
Park
movie, I'll let you
Trapper
borrow
Keeper
it.
episode? Okay, that is inspired off Akira.
Exactly.
Oh. Yeah, the last bit of news. They just wrapped up their new album. Crowbot just finished recording their
I've seen a
album.
picture of it today.
So that is done, and now we just sit in
until it gets mastered.
and gets mastered and released. But I'm super
I like a
excited
couple
for that.
songs off there. Do they only have one or do they have two? Okay.
3 albums. They have,
Oh,
they have
wow.
an EP, which was like a paper cover
Okay,
that
don't
was,
count, don't count.
but was good. It was really
Yeah.
really good. And then a lot of those songs made it to their studio album, their first studio album.
Mhm.
Legend of Spaceborne Killer.
Yep, Legends of Spaceborne Killer. Actually, it
Cool
was
name.
called the first album was called Legends of Spaceborne Killer, and then
Excuse
when
me.
it was remastered and put into studio, it was called Something Supernatural.
Oh, okay.
And
I
then-
know
What was
I bought one of
their
the
big
records. I
hit
support-
song off the first?
Something Supernatural, Legends of the Spaceborne Killer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember I heard
And then they made
that.
an album called Welcome to Fat City,
Okay.
and that had Nowhere to Hide. That was their big hit on
Okay.
that one. Yeah,
They're on Spotify.
Excuse me.
yeah. It's a great. Both albums are great.
And they're from like what, Pine Grove area or something, right?
Possible.
Oh, Pottsville? How
Yeah,
about that?
Pottsville.
How
Yeah,
about that?
they're really cool guys.
I don't know them from a hole in the ground.
Super-
Back in the
super
day
nice
of
guys.
Advance Auto and like having Friday nights off, I used to go to Trip and Billy on Thursdays and I'd bullshit with those guys.
Yeah,
I know what
They're
is
cool.
Brandon's mom,
Brandon. Yeah,
because she used to come to FYE with
Support the hell out
her
of them.
brother
Yeah,
or whatever.
I like that.
I heard that one song. I liked it. I mean,
If
they remind me of Clutch.
if they did any,
you know?
if they did
Yeah,
any vinyl,
they love Clutch. They actually.
if they did any vinyl, you're sold. You got a customer. I'm sold.
You know what? That's
they
the,
do have vinyl.
Do they?
Yeah, they
Oh,
have.
I gotta look that
vinyl
up
is the
then.
big thing. Now.
I have a special edition vinyl.
Really?
It'll be like the first vinyl record I bought in a long
Yeah,
time.
I have
ago.
their first album special edition version.
Wow.
Oh.
That and cassettes are back because this one band, Ailstorm, right? The pirate metal band. The singer has a side project called Glory Hammer, which is power metal, and they have a cassette totally sold out. The limited pressing of the records are red and yellow, sold out. CD you can get all day long.
Yeah.
Look Alive
All
said.
day long.
Look Alive said. There's no way Spirited Away is better than Akira. Am I saying that right?
I don't know what that means.
Spirit
Yeah,
Away, is that like the?
Oh, that's with
Is
the
that-
Japanese girl and she goes through like the journey and like
I
there's
don't
like
watch
that
any anime. So.
like that
Yeah.
like sad like
They have
face.
teary eyes.
It's too
That's all of them.
serious. Yeah.
Yeah, they cry every episode.
No.
No, that's My Hero Academia you're talking about with hand jobs.
A lot of times though, anime doesn't make sense at the end. Like,
Yeah.
where does this go? And what's going on? Like Cowboy Bebop. I'm like, what? The
You gotta
fuck is-
you gotta give it another shot.
I think the
I've gave it enough.
the
No,
shows.
Listen, watch Genlock or Ruby by Rooster Teeth.
no,
You'll
he's not gonna
understand.
be into that.
Why? I think you would.
I don't know. I
think,
don't think he would.
but
He'll see.
Anime shows make more sense than movies.
Yeah, so
a lot of times.
I watched one that everyone said was like blasphemy. You shouldn't like it and you should hate it. And then I watched it
Pokemon.
and I liked it. No, I liked Death Note, the Netflix one.
I never watched
the
it.
movie.
I never
I
watched
like-
any of
as
it,
it-
so I can't.
I
say.
didn't read. I never watched an anime,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed the one.
They
Gotta
took
watch
too
the
much
original
creative
Cat and
license.
Mouse. Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. Cat and Mouse for Death Note. Like if you watch the actual series, it was like mind games playing. It was like dramatic.
I liked it, and
Law and Order
William
was
Dafoe
pretty
as the demon was awesome.
Oh, that's his-
no. I'm talking about the anime, but whatever.
Yeah, but the movie
Yeah,
was-
I didn't watch
yeah.
any of it.
So-
Whatever, I know.
What are we watching, playing, reading, the whole nine? What are we into right now? You want me to go first? I went last time.
And
Okay, then go first.
All right, so mine hasn't changed much. I'm still working on Far Cry. I'm still working on Assassin's Creed. I'm still watching The Last OG, the Tracy Morgan show.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
So funny. I definitely
That's on
recommend it.
TBS. I did look it up.
Yeah, they're
Is it a
just-
TBS show?
yeah, they're doing a new season of it.
So are you watching on
Just
Hulu?
recently.
I'm watching it on Netflix.
Oh wow.
Yep. So I'm enjoying it on Netflix.
That's cool.
And then I just finished watching. It's not fully over. Only 3 episodes are out. It's called The Act, and that is about a true story about a girl named Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and her
That's a
mother.
wrestling name.
Yeah,
Gypsy Rose not coming.
her mother pretty much tricked everyone into thinking that she was sick and ill and had all these problems, and she even had her own daughter tricked into a lot of this. And that's all I'm really going to say is because I mean, obviously, if you know the true story of it, you could do more research and find it out. But it's really, really good, and the way they're portraying it in the show is awesome.
Just like if you want to know the ending to Endgame, Avengers, just where Infinity Gauntlet that's been out for 20 years,
Yeah.
25 years.
Yeah. I think that's all I pretty much watched.
You know.
I think that's all I watched for now. I think that covers what I got done. But go ahead, Nikolai. What do you got?
So I did season 3 for Santa Clarita Diet came out the other day.
yeah.
I watched that.
Is that a Clara Diet?
Yes,
Okay,
I
sorry.
always mess up the second.
Sorry.
But I really actually enjoyed it. First season, I wasn't too sure how I felt about it, but the more they're going with it, the more excited I am for another season.
And what is it? Like,
So it's
I thought it was a health food show, like a legit health food show.
Is she a vampire? Or
no,
is she
she's a
just
zombie.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
okay.
like, yeah.
So Drew Barrymore eats bad clams, and
Well,
you find out that something
That's a
in
gay
those
bar.
clams causes a disease in her where she ends up throwing up massively, and she throws up this little red ball,
Oh, okay.
and she's like dead, like actually dead.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up alive, and they thought she was actually dead because how much she threw up and all this kind of stuff. And she suddenly gets cravings to eat people.
Oh,
But then she's like, well, I can only make the decision to eat bad people.
this is a lot
So-
like iZombie.
It's
Kind of,
it's
yeah.
Dexter meets iZombie.
So she goes out, her and her husband and her daughter, and finds bad people to eat.
Oh, okay.
She refers to as her lobster tank a group of Nazis that have a baseball team.
Oh, jeez.
So
It looks funny.
I would recommend it. I picked up last night on Vudu for their early release Glass and The Kid Who Would Be King. I heard some not so good things about Glass before I watched it.
That's the sequel to Unbreakable, right?
Split was after Unbreakable, then
Okay.
Glass. I really liked Split, and I liked the guy who, what's his name?
Not Bruce Willis, right?
No, not Bruce Willis.
No, the guy that plays
James McAvoy.
Oh, Professor X. Oh no, Beast. Let me see.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he played-
Professor X.
No,
Professor
Professor
X,
X.
yeah.
Yeah, Professor X.
I think he's a tremendous actor. I mean, I wasn't as big of a fan of Glass as I was Split, but the way he like portrays Split personality and goes through all of those
I was just
different
gonna
people,
say, wow.
it's absolutely amazing.
I wouldn't have known it if the shaved head. Wouldn't have known it.
No, okay, I did see a preview. For that. Yeah, that does look pretty good.
They're actually superheroes,
Yeah.
which I didn't know.
And you find out more about that in the movie.
Yeah.
They think like there's this doctor lady in Glass, and she makes them think that they're like nuts,
No, okay.
kind of thing. And
I
like,
love
superhero.
like I love superhero movies that aren't your traditional superhero movies. Like,
What about Birdman? You
I
ever
liked
watch
it.
that?
That's all right, but like I'm talking about
I
like
didn't watch
the show
that.
Heroes. I'm talking about like Umbrella.
I like
Academy.
I thought the first season was
The first
fantastic.
2 seasons were awesome, and then the writer's
Yeah, I
strike
heard
ruined
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Heroes. Umbrella Academy was cool. Like stuff like that where it's superheroes. Chronicle. Remember when when they're all flying? It was like found footage stuff, but it was like
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
was that
that
the one that kind of aimed at like a horror movie?
yeah.
But it's like if I got powers, that ain't no horror movie. You know?
Yeah. so I like those type of movies where they're like superheroes, but they're not like your traditional
Okay,
superheroes.
yeah.
And they can
Except-
take
except
And
for
like Jumper too.
Except for
yeah,
Hancock.
Jumper.
No,
Yeah, Jumper was. I like Jumper.
Don't Hancock.
Um,
Hancock.
I will say.
Oh,
Hancock. I mean, that was a cool idea.
I will say that I liked the kid who would be king better than Glass. Basically, it's like this middle schooler, high school kid, and Excalibur shows up. He
Ooh.
finds the sword in the stone, and he finds out that Morgana is coming, and Merlin shows up as a teenager because as he gets older, he ages younger.
Really?
So it was a nice twist
That's kind of cool.
of things.
Yeah.
I watched that last night as well. So I highly recommend checking those out.
There was something I just watched and they found Excalibur at the end. I was like, what? It was a girl
What's
that
that?
picks it up. I don't know what it was. It was something I watched and the girl gets Excalibur. She jumps into the lake. I remember, no, it was a comic book I think I read. I forget. And she's like, I found this. And I'm like, what? I don't know what it was. I was reading it.
So unlike most weeks, I have a game that I started
Whoa.
playing.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm excited about this, bro.
it's a very bad game.
Fortnite?
No.
If
it's-
Rooster Teeth tells Nikolai to cut off his pinky, he probably would. So
I got a lot of friends that really like Rooster
What?
Teeth.
he loves it.
I love the Achievement Hunters videos.
I love it.
Yeah.
What does Rooster Teeth have to do with Fortnite?
No, about this video game you're about to talk about.
Oh, Gang Beasts.
I never heard of it.
So
Gang Beasts.
you're basically these characters that I refer to as like Beanie Baby kind of characters,
Okay.
where they have no spine, and you just run around and like grab hold of the other characters, and you have to like throw them off buildings and stuff. And whoever lives the longest is the winner. But like the sets that they have them on, they fall apart and stuff. It's so simple,
Huh.
so
Tell me how you
dumb.
won your first game.
So there is one of the matches. They have this giant propeller system underneath you,
Yeah.
and every now and again it goes off and it launches all of you guys up in the air, and it's like zero gravity kind of thing. And then when it stops, you all fall. But there's only a small strip of a platform that you
Yeah.
can land on unless you die. I fell down and I grabbed a hold of one of the wall by the blade and stuck there the whole game. The last guy up top jumped down to try to get me, and I won by default because I was holding on. It was the greatest thing.
Yeah.
I never heard of that. So I think that's on computer. Right?
Well, no, it just came to Xbox.
Oh,
That's why
wow.
I started playing it.
Yeah.
But it was a Steam game originally that
Hmm.
Achievement Hunter and stuff would play.
I never
But
heard of that.
it's definitely one of those ones where you're like, this is the dumbest thing in
Yeah.
the world. But when you start to play it, it's like, it's just fun to like
Yeah.
see, because like they have different costumes and stuff that you can be, which I didn't realize this. So like they have Rick and Morty versions
Okay.
of them, and like cowboys and
Yeah.
like random mascots and stuff. So it's not something that you play 60 hours
yeah.
in a row with.
Yeah.
But if it's just
Then
something that you want to
Fallout.
pick up for a second and be like, oh, all right, let's play a couple matches.
It sounds
It's a
like
goofy time killer.
Yeah.
like a violent Little Big Planet. You ever seen
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Heidi used to hate we played Little Big Planet because I would grab her and like
Throw her.
pull her. Yeah.
Never got into that too much.
What are you watching?
I
Playing?
watched Aquaman. Can we get on the?
Whoa!
Oh, look at his Aquaman.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Jason
Jason
Momoa.
Momoa. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I did not see it in the theater, so I picked it up. It actually came out last week, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I seen an ad in the comic book. I'm like, that's out. I'm gonna buy it, but it's pretty good. I thought Black Man's acting was a little, but his suit looks really good. Mira's suit looks good. I like CGI looks pretty good too when they're down Atlantis and stuff.
Was it funny enough for the Marvel fans?
Yeah, it's not. It's way lighthearted. It's not like the DC where it's all gloom and nitty gritty, like
Mhm.
Batman vs Superman, which I didn't like at all. So this Wonder Woman, I think Wonder Woman was a little bit better, but this is a good movie.
Nice.
I
Well, that's good.
recommend it.
Still want Jason Momoa to be Lobo. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, he would look
He
great.
would
as
have been
Lobo.
excellent
I mean,
as
he
Lobo. Badass. Like
if they
the
restarted
beard, everything. He
Oh,
would have been
bastard.
all right. That would have
Yeah.
been phenomenal.
Frag.
I've actually had this unlocked for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah,
I still haven't watched
Really?
it. So hearing that you say it's good,
it is good. It's a little
Uh,
long though. It's like two.
yeah, it's
I
like
think
2.5 or something.
Yeah, what's the runtime here? 146 minutes, something like that. Where is it here? Yeah, 143.
So,
Hmm.
So that's like a little 215,
2 hours,
220, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any games you're working on?
And I started Sailor Moon Crystal. I like Sailor Moon. They took the original anime from like '96 or whatever, and they redid all the art and
Like
voices
Dragon
and
Ball
everything.
Z
Yeah, so
Kai.
it's like super version of it. And then of course you
cool.
can watch the dubbed or the subtitle. I watched the dub. I didn't read
What
it.
is the premise of Sailor Moon?
She's basically like a Wonder Woman. So she gets like a power and she transforms into Sailor Moon and then she like shoot like love love themes and stuff like that, and then she gets like a group of them. So imagine a girly Power Rangers.
Okay.
And it's like all
And they fight
like
like monsters
the,
And they
like,
fight in skirts.
Yeah, they follow. There's bad guys too.
it's all the
like,
planetary system, like Sailor Moon, Sailor Mars. Sailor
yeah, so they'll have the
Jupiter.
power of that.
And there's
Aquaman.
there's
Okay.
there's a lesbian couple.
Yeah,
in it,
that's
too.
Sailor Uranus and Sailor.
Uranus is
Neptune.
a lesbian character.
Yeah, she has short hair, so
Yeah.
she's kind of
And they have
but they don't
tuxedo-
come till season 3. I'm not. No, season 2. I'm not at that yet.
And they have a dude that just like is just like there's like they threw like
Are
shit
the-
on the wall. And it's
are
called
the bad
Tuxedo Max.
Are the bad guys like trying to like bang them?
No, actually, they're
No.
We're gonna get these Sailor Moon girls in there.
No, they just want to kill them because like, oh, Sailor Moon's gonna ruin our plans to take over the planet. It's like lame stuff like that. It's like the Dark Lady and
I
stuff
just
like
feel
that.
I just
Yeah.
feel like
Tuxedo
in
Mask.
Japan they're just like
Oh yeah, anything
like,
goes.
like I feel like as a Japan
They just
show,
don't
it's
give a
like,
shit.
We're
Period.
gonna get these girls in
Yeah.
and horrible things.
No, no, it's not. It's
I mean, the worst that's gonna happen is just gonna be an
I mean, Rule
Yeah.
32, but
Yeah.
Rule 32. But point being, though,
yeah, I mean, it's not
all right.
that. It's like it's for kids.
Isn't
Yeah.
there a show? They used to when I was in
Let's-
high school. I couldn't grow a full beard, but I grew awesome like chops, and
Yeah.
I shaved my head, so I had big
Sure,
sideburns.
but like Taxi Driver.
No, they said I like Lupin the Third,
Oh, Lupin the Third.
I'm
and they
not
said
familiar.
they said that he's just like a spy, but he's always trying to like
He's a thief.
he's a thief, and he's just always groping girls.
Oh yeah, some of them are. Well, there's that.
and I'm like, what is like? It's a kid show, and he just like, hey, bah, bah.
well, I thought I wasn't in
trying to
Dragon
look
Ball
up his
Z, but
skirt and stuff.
that small guy, the bald headed guy with the big beard, he's like has a huge porn collection. Is always looking at porn and stuff.
And they do it on the show. They
Yeah,
show,
but they
I didn't
allude
know
to it. They
that.
never actually show it. But he's always like, he's like talking about like jerking off stuff. The little guy that lives on the planet that's a little
Yeah.
that has a house.
I know
on
who
it.
you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mean in Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
He's
King Kai.
yeah, he's like a big.
I
pervert.
love how you're just like, let me think about that. That's a pretty straightforward thing. Like it's a porn collection.
So yeah, but Sailor Moon Crystal's fantastic. It's on Hulu. But watch Aquaman and watch that.
It's like Master Goku.
yeah, and like he's looking at his magazines again.
I'll be back.
Cordy.
I'll be back in 15
Yeah,
minutes.
what his Field and Stream magazines? Like
It's like, what are your command mail? Well, I'm in the back.
yeah, and he's like, oh, and it's like you pervert.
No, that's Master Roshi you're talking.
I don't know what
That's
it
actually
means.
Master Roshi.
Yeah, see, I was a big
King
Dragon Ball,
Kai-
but I know
no,
that.
Master Roshi was the pervert,
Okay.
and Dragon Ball was like an actual like perverted, like off the wall, off the rails
Yeah.
comedy fighting martial.
So now
arts
you know,
show.
all them kids
Yeah.
watching Dragon Ball is like pervert.
I can't do it.
I never got into it. Too much. Like,
Yeah, the closest.
No, Toonami fucked that one up.
well, what they did
Toonami
is
fucked that one
that
up.
what's the redone one? They took all that out. 'Cause,
Dragon
like,
Ball
a lot
Z
of it, like
Kai.
the whole thing,
So like instead of
for like
like
5 minutes.
It takes 45 episodes from
Yeah,
the start.
so
So-
instead of like 45-minute episodes, like for the actual fight, it's like
they trimmed
they
it down.
they blast through like the first, second, third, and fourth like arcs in like in a matter of like 20 episodes.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
really
but-
they edited.
It's
all
like
that
they were
shit
like,
out.
Now you actually have to pause it. You couldn't just get up, go to the bathroom, and be like, "They're gonna be here in 10 minutes, so I'll be back." I got time
They
for
didn't have
it.
any
man.
choice.
That's why everyone's like, who would win in a fight, Superman or anyone from? I'm like,
or
Superman.
Goku.
I have to say I don't watch it, but probably some.
No, that's a bullshit. No, first of all,
Goku-
that's a bullshit
Goku would be like, oh, we're fighting.
argument.
I'll be back in 45 minutes.
I gotta go through different stages
Yeah.
so I can
That's
battle.
a bullshit
Superman would just
argument
take him
because
up in
they're
his
very
face.
similar.
Then he dies. So I'm pretty sure the Dragon Balls can't breathe in space.
And Saiyans actually get stronger as they battle people. So like if Superman like beats the shit out of Goku, Goku's gonna get just as strong or even stronger than Superman, and then he has to unlock another power. It's just gonna be an infinite fucking
What if he
thing.
just cuts his hair?
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. He just
No.
uses heat
Does,
vision.
does Goku lose his power if his hair gets cut?
No.
Samson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never into it, but that's that. That's why I watch. I just beat Ultimate Alliance 2. I side with Iron Man. I beat that story, so I'm gonna play through again to get the achievements to side with Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to unlock all the costumes
Let
and
me
everything.
help you out. You look, you look weird on camera.
He's trying to
So,
read that.
Thank you for
Yeah, it's
slightly
just like-
adjusting that.
Yeah.
Because anytime I would look over there, I would see the mouse right on my
No, 'cause
forehead.
I'm looking at
I'd be
Local
like-
Live's comments. I have some.
It's
stuff
just a
ready
weird
up for
placement,
him.
so I'm like,
Put it right up your nose.
Yeah.
There you go. There it is.
You know what I did buy? I bought that Toe Jam and Roll, the limited run games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for 40. It says today's the last day. It was I think with shipping came to 38 something. So
You
I
can
got it
you
for
get
PS4.
digitally.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I like the physical one,
Yeah.
so I bought
Oh,
one.
I want to get. I want to
Yeah,
get that.
I think it's you might be able to, but they did say it was the last day for that. So I did buy that, and I donated to some well not donated, a Kickstarter. It's called Bushido or something. It's like a 2D, well 2.5D like
Mhm.
ninja game
Mhm.
that's kind of like Ninja Gaiden. But I bought it,
Oh,
and
is
then
it
it's,
the
like,
me-
it's
the
not coming out to
messenger?
like 2020. No,
Is it-
no.
no.
Yeah, and I
Because
was
the
like, oh,
messenger is very.
it looks cool.
That's how Friday the 13th was for me. Like I kickstarted it and they come out for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Because
So,
they actually have
That's
the
why I didn't
messenger
do it.
that's influenced by the Ninja Gaiden
Yeah.
folks, and they actually got the team got the Ninja Gaiden folks, the two guys that made
Okay,
it
yeah.
to play through it. They're like, oh man, this is really hard. Like you should see them. They're like, oh man, we're having a blast. It's like Ninja
That's
Gaiden.
cool.
Whoa, like
I think it's called
Cool shit.
Bushido. I can bring up my phone, but it's like
yeah.
it looks good.
Right before Ben goes into what he's playing, what I want you guys to do in the chat room and get it ready for us is our topic is what are some of your favorite movies, television, video games, and comic books that are wrestling related, or they could be wrestling video games as well. Like, what are your favorite wrestling video
You could
games?
say SmackDown vs. Raw,
Yeah,
2005.
Or what are some of your stuff that had a wrestling character in it, but that was also something like obscure?
Did you ever see it was only a pilot. It was called Tag Team with Jesse Ventura and Roddy Piper.
No.
From like 1988 or something like
No,
that. Yeah,
never
you go on
heard
the
of
internet.
that.
It's called Tag,
Yeah.
and it's a buddy cop show. I'm like, why was this not a show?
Anything-
Imagine that.
anything
That'd
at
be
Piper.
fun.
Roddy
that
Piper and
would've been
Jesse
fun.
Ventura.
Yeah.
Oh my god, who would be bad cop? Who would be bad cop?
I don't know.
That'd be a tough one.
Oh, jeez, we gotta go in there. Get in there. You know,
Oh,
like,
I changed the question tonight.
Yeah.
That's all. I changed the question, John.
you would say that, wouldn't you, Piper? I don't know what their names were.
with the lizard people.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy. I want to believe.
Look at this scholar right here.
Piper, I'm telling you, the lizard people are coming.
Yeah.
And like, you're a fucking crazy
That's
bastard.
what they do. That's why I live off the
Oh my
They
god,
are.
that would have been a fun show.
I'm off the
Mexico.
grid in Mexico.
Mexico.
That would have been fun. That would
I
have been a
love
fun
Jesse
show.
Ventura.
Not
Wow.
even Piper can find me.
Him on commentary, fantastic. I watch
Wow.
that. But anyway,
Wow.
you would say that, wouldn't you, Gorilla? It's okay when Hogan does it.
So what are you playing, watching, reading?
I'm gonna get to Look Alive's question on here.
What is it?
It's no way Spirited Away is better than Akira. Akira is way better than Spirited Away, by the way. I want to end that feud.
We did that a while ago.
No, but I'm just saying though.
Okay.
Point being though,
You
they're
ever see-
two totally different eras though.
You ever see Project Gecko? I just want to put that.
Make a
Yeah,
sign.
no,
Make a
okay.
sign for the show on Saturday. Spirit.
Akira's.
Akira is better.
And they're like, what?
Someone's like, "Who's Akira?"
Yeah.
I think it's
Is she
pronounced
here?
Sha, Kira.
There's
No.
a
No.
Yeah.
No.
my favorite Akira is the adult film star Asa Akira.
Awesome.
Oh, I never- I
there you
never-
go. There you
But
go.
I liked her before she was into that field. She was actually on the Bubba the Love Sponge radio show.
Okay.
Oh,
And she actually has a lot of podcasts. She's actually she's really good at podcasts.
I never heard of her.
Yeah,
did
she's
not
good.
know that.
But go ahead, Ben.
Okay, so anyhow, I actually got to watch the last episode of Mob Psycho 100. It was a really good season overall. I kind of felt like that the last episode fell slightly flat because they usually go with like an epic battle, so on and so forth. But this one really fleshed out a lot of character development overall, and it usually deals with the main protagonist of actually trying to become better overall, because he's pretty much, imagine One Punch Man, which basically he's like the strongest person in the universe, but he has telekinetic powers.
Mhm.
But he's like, I gotta do some stuff to make me, different, and I can't rely on my powers. So he like goes to he does the body improvement club, which he basically like lifts weights, and he's like anemic too. So it's like the body improvement club just encourages, hey, go ahead. I love those guys. They're awesome. They're just like, they always encourage him no matter what. Which is a nice little light on the job
And it's a
anime.
anime, yeah.
Yeah. And then you can read the manga too. They have that, but that's a fun one. That's a good one. I would recommend that one to you. I like that.
What's it called?
Mob Psycho 100.
Okay.
And then I watched Black Clover. If you ever want to watch like Bleach or like Dragon Ball Z, that's kind of like those storylines. But it's like more medieval. But I know you're not involved in. You don't
No,
like
but
that kind of
I know why
stuff, but
Black Clover reminded me of
It's all
this.
Crunchyroll, right?
But
It's more like medieval.
No, it's all watching it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I am not listening today. But premise of that is it's a magical world with it's just like a medieval world with magic, and the one guy does not have magical powers. He just does like all fitness stuff, and he manages to
so he's Batman.
no,
He's a wizard.
He's
he's not even a wizard.
Oh,
He's
he has
just
no magic.
he's just like a warrior in a mage's world, pretty much.
Oh,
So
okay.
like he gets all right. We're gonna go with Batman on it.
He's Conan, and everybody's Doctor Strange,
Pretty much, yeah.
and not
He's
Conan.
He-Man.
Not Conan the late.
And he has like all
Yeah, He-Man.
anti-magic stuff. And it's like,
Oh, okay.
well, it's pretty cool. It's gonna be a little bit slow in the beginning, but it starts to pick up
And
a
this
little
is
bit.
Black Clover.
Black Clover.
Ooh, I never
yes,
heard of it.
yes. It's a newer show. People are like, oh, I hate Black Clover. It's not gonna be part of the 100, like the top 3 or top 5 in Japan. But watch it, give it a whirl. Why not?
And this is all in the app called Crunchyroll, which is Netflix for anime.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why Black Clover. I think because Black Clover, Black Mirror ties
Okay.
into Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So there was some Twilight Zone news that just reminded me.
That's fine.
A lot of people are upset with it. The first episode is available on YouTube, right?
Yeah, and I think it's also available on the CBS thing too.
So
From what I understand,
the only way
anyway.
you can watch the new Twilight Zone is if
Yeah,
you pay for a
CBS, I heard about
CBS
that.
app, which is stupid to me. And then obviously
You can do a 7-day free trial though. So if you wait
Hang it all
until
out.
it's over and then take that free trial, you can watch it for free.
that's smart right
Yeah,
there.
see,
That's
yeah.
what I'll be doing.
Everyone wants to
Wild
make their
card.
own streaming app, and not everyone's going to pay for 10.
Nope.
That's what I do for Game of
15
Thrones.
I really want to watch. I really want to watch that show, but I'm not paying CBS.
Yeah, I want to watch the Harley Quinn cartoon. I ain't buying the DC app. I already have too many.
Yeah.
What a bunch of garbage.
Now, if DC said, "Hey, for your app," I bought the DC app for a trial,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Well, cool. If they're like a new comic comes out, like the new Batman, and I don't have to physically go buy them, and
Yeah.
then I can go back and read from Batman, like
Yeah.
Detective Comics 27 all the way up. That's worth the money for me."
They just said they added a bunch of books on their digital thing because it's like Marvel Unlimited too. I
Yeah.
don't like reading comics digitally at all. I hate it. But they said
I
they
think
added a
it's
bunch.
cheaper for me.
But what they said is a new comic. It said it's going to be on a year later.
Yes, I'm not. That's
So
stupid.
like
to me.
in Detective Comics 1000 just came out with a big issue. So yeah, if you want to read that, see you in a year.
See,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
Like-
a thickish. I actually got the Mike Mayhew trade dress
Nice.
variants of them, and it has like Batman like this, but it's like the Joker and then the Bat Who Laughs.
Okay.
And a whole bunch of like old school like Golden Age and like newer stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I just pick it up. I haven't
Speaking
been reading
of
it.
Batman, do you want to show your show and tell first? We'll start with you.
Batman, all right.
Let's do it.
Well, True Class Glass, and I'm going off of Tony's theme here. Oh yeah, Macho Man.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on camera. Yeah, I can kind of.
See the Slim Jim guy?
Yes.
Yeah, look at that glass right there. Yeah, it's a fine glass. Oh, yeah.
Got that. So it,
It
broke
is
that.
nice.
It is nice.
And it is
So the first thing I have here, I
made
have
by
actually-
True Class. Get it? True Class.
On the Bang and Beers page, we actually promoted this glass.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yep.
I'm gonna have to do Facebook True Class.
Yeah, True Class. Yeah, they're going to be doing one more. I think they're doing one more glass or wrestling glass, and they're just like they're going to be done for a little while with them.
HBK.
That would be. I would actually buy that.
True Class
would-
glass.
Austin just sent me a link too. There's a website that makes sneakers, like knockoff Vans and
Oh, really?
knockoff Chuck Taylors,
Yeah.
and they have like a Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold.
Really?
Ones. Yeah.
Wow. I've seen Captain Marvel ones, but they have this big white bottom part. I'm like, I don't want white bottom.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I actually have hanging up in my cubicle. It's probably the most American thing that you'll ever see. It's actually an
It's
American
an eagle riding a
flag.
motorcycle, drinking a beer, shooting a machine gun.
No, even better. So I have an American flag
You
here.
can face the American flag.
My
That's
God.
the unbelievable.
That is actually signed by Sergeant Slaughter.
I can't do a slaughter.
On your knees,
impersonation.
maggot, for the red, white, and blue. So Sergeant Slaughter,
That's
USA
kinda
number
cool.
1. Hang on.
We'll take a picture of it.
On your
Okay.
knees.
Let's take a look.
We'll
I
leave
have
it up
this-
for now. We'll take a picture.
That is pretty cool.
I have that.
I'm
hanging
surprised
up.
he actually signed it because he actually wrote on an American flag.
I'm sure he
Yeah.
didn't care if you're
Yeah.
signing. Sergeant signing.
It was
I-
just like one of those things. Like that's probably the only thing I have. I always have it hanging up in my cubicle. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's.
I
I would
look
get
at
that
that
frame.
every day. I look at it every day.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
like,
that frame.
this is
That's
cool.
cool.
And I actually got another like small like American flag then too, and I gave it to one of my coworkers.
Oh, cool.
When I went, I'm like,
I actually got a commission from one guy that draws wrestling guys. He drew Sergeant Slaughter hold the world title on a GI Joe
I'll take
blank
a look.
cover.
Really?
I have to bring it. I would bring in my blanks to
Alright,
show you
cool.
guys all the
Alright.
art I've got over the years.
Okay.
But yeah, I got it. Sergeant
Nice,
Slaughter one.
nice.
But yeah, that, and then you can even take a look at that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And what's behind here? Ooh, I wonder what it could be.
I just watched WrestleMania 7 too, where he wrestled Hogan.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what he was.
His music was so stupid. It was
Yeah.
just drums and like
Taps. No,
Yeah.
not taps.
He had a bad day at the
Whatever.
office.
Whoa.
USA.
Icon Sting.
This
This
says
is one
USA.
of the backs I've been talking about.
You forgot that this says USA #1.
Yeah, that's why I said USA.
Oh, did you? I
number
never
one.
told
Yeah,
you.
yeah. But yeah, that
That's
was
cool.
my cool thing. And then the icon's thing on the back.
So
My least favorite wrestler. If I had to pick an island of the three, in my opinion, the three most
Oh, so legit.
overrated wrestlers that they can just go on an island, and if they never wrestled, it wouldn't bother. Not if they never wrestled, because one of them is on there, and he had some great matches with my favorite. But
Someone said something.
you can put Sting and Bret Hart on a boat.
See, I like Sting.
And
I'm not
ship them
huge
away.
on Sting, but
He's just a cool, I don't know.
that's cool.
You got,
Yeah.
you got a scuff on it.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I can always redo it though too.
the icon.
Basically, like I bought this bat at Dunham's when it was still open at the Schuylkill Mall.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And just pretty much sanded the whole finish down. My dad did
It's
the
a real black
primer
stain.
black paint on it, and
Oh, nice.
and then it came out really nice on the signature
yeah, it
portion.
did, yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually walked around with it, and people were like, they had the wiffle ball bats, and I'm like, "Do you have a real bat?" And they're
Yeah, I
like,
got
"Oh
legit
shit!" Like they're like, "Oh shit!"
Sting.
But I actually cosplayed as Sting then too. When I
Really?
heard he was announced, I'm like, you know what? I dropped everything. I was gonna do a
With the
whole
trench coat and everything?
cut. Oh yeah, I did leather trench coat. I had the Sting. Like I just only did like just general. I had
Yeah.
the face paint and
Yeah,
all
that's
too.
all you need. Once you have the trench coat
Yeah.
and face paint.
All you need now is barbed wire, and you're good.
No, Sting needs
No,
No, that would be like McFoley.
No, I was making a
Cactus
Walking
Jack.
Dead reference.
No, yeah,
I was
yeah,
making a
yeah.
Walking Dead reference.
Oh, Negan. I did
Lucille?
Negan already.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
I did Negan already.
No, I know barbed wire on the baseball bat.
Yeah, I did Negan already. I
You
still
know,
have
it's hard
that
to
bat,
find
too.
barbed wire. Like, you can't just go buy barbed wire at Home
Do you know
Depot.
what
They don't
do you know
have
what the trick is?
What?
There's this stuff that they have. It's like it's very the consistency of like just regular it's like chicken wire,
it. Mm-hmm.
but maybe a little bit thicker. And what I did was it's easy to bend over everything else.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah?
And so like you can make the barbed wire out of it
chicken,
as is
okay.
versus like
Yeah.
cutting yourself up and
Because I always wanted to
ruining
get one.
your
Because
day.
barbed wire bat in wrestling was always a thing. I always wanted
Yeah.
to get one and kind of just hang it up.
Mhm.
I don't-
but it was just really cool. Just like for the aesthetic look, it's like it works.
Yeah.
So
So what do you got for show and tell today?
Nothing. I'll everything's with my with the wrestling segment.
All right.
Yeah. So if you want to get to that, you want to go whatever you want to do.
Well, my show and tell is part of the
you open these.
It's part of the segment. So let's do that real quick. Let's eat some snacks.
So what is this?
So this is actually I left
Yeah.
the box by you because you like to read off the snacks.
Carnival fruit roll-ups. There's 2 flavors on every roll: cotton candy, caramel apple. I like half of it, and berry lemonade and cherry slushy.
Do you like half of that one?
So let's go. Let's go.
I
With
like all that
let's go
one.
with red and yellow.
So which one is which?
It says
And
down
say
here
on the
bottom.
wrapper.
Oh, okay. Carnival green and red.
So we're going red, yellow.
No, yeah, red, yellow.
Okay.
Red, yellow. So what is red, yellow again?
I have 2 of the same ones.
Red,
Do you really?
red and yellow is
Wait,
gonna be the the berry
What do you need?
lemonade.
Carnival red,
And
yellow.
cherry.
And then I have carnival green and red.
Yes. Okay.
That's
That's the cotton.
We
candy
need
and
yellow
caramel
and
apple.
yellow and red. We're going first.
Well, it smells fantastic.
I'm just gonna open them both out.
Well, of
It
course.
does
It's,
smell really good.
I mean, you have an this is like the OP, like the
Smells like
So
overpowered
fruit
yellow is
pebbles.
what?
fruit roll up.
Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I'll open it. This
What
one's
is yellow?
yellow is berry lemonade and then cherry slushy. So it's going to be very fruity.
Yeah.
Fruity
Pebbles.
Skittles. Yeah, fruity pebbles.
I ate them
Skittles.
separately. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it that way.
I'm gonna.
So
do,
wait, if we're eating them separate, can I shave half of this off and make
Yeah,
the
there's
combo I
usually a
actually want to make?
There's usually a perforation.
Sure.
Okay.
So
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 I want cherry slushy to go with cotton candy. So,
Okay.
so the lemonade was really good.
Okay. So you guys are gonna think I'm gonna be really weird about it, but I used to pretend like I would roll up the fruit roll up and pretend that was chew,
No,
Okay.
I think I say pretend it was a
and
cigar.
then just keep it in my mouth for like hours on
you know,
end.
I like when old people call it chaw. I'm gonna put some chaw in it. Okay, so this is the right one, right?
Mhm.
Lemonade's good.
Oh, it smells like lemon
Okay.
cleaner.
I like the berry lemonade. It's pretty good.
And the cherry slushy just tastes like cherry to me.
It tastes lemon.
It's a very pleasant lemonade flavor. It don't taste a lot of the berry, but it's a
Yeah,
pleasant lemonade
it's just
flavor.
cherry.
Cherry.
It's not bad.
No, it's not terrible. I would buy them again.
Have you ever rolled up gushers into them?
What, like a fruit roll up ravioli?
I haven't had a fruit roll in so long.
It's good that way.
He said they remember when they did the Nickelodeon characters on the fruit roll-ups.
Mm-hmm. Now, are these the tattoo ones?
Yeah, you can put those on your tongue.
Oh,
I didn't know if they still did that or if it was just a design.
look, they actually have what it is on it. Like cotton candy,
Oh.
cotton candy,
Mhm.
caramel apples on the caramel apple. See,
All right, so this is cotton candy.
I love
I'm
cotton
going
candy.
caramel apple.
Walmart has some good
you know
cotton
why
candy.
I
$2 right now.
What reawakened
Cotton
my
candy is
my life?
phenomenal.
I love it.
I'll tell you what. I actually
Mhm.
ate some cotton candy Go-Gurt. No
Oh.
shit. I thought it was phenomenal.
Really,
I'm like,
I don't.
wow,
I
like
hate
that's a
yogurt.
good. That's a
Right.
good yogurt flavor.
I'm
No
saving
joke.
cotton candy for last because that's my favorite.
Green apple.
People, there's phenomenal
Oh,
cotton
caramel
candy at
apple.
Walmart for $2. It's called classic cotton candy, and they have the
Those are the clear tubs?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. They have the one that's pink and blue, which is
Mhm.
like berry and classic flavor. There's a lemonade one. They're all good. $2.
Caramel apple is very good too.
So
I think it's good.
I like that.
I'm going to mix the cherry slushy with the cotton candy
Mhm.
because that's the flavor I wish they would have made.
Cherry cotton candy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you try them separately first?
No,
Oh,
I'm not.
I'm savage.
Yeah. Making my own
I
flavor.
like that.
It's my own rules. SMR.
And ASMR and D&D is a race of very good people that are all paladins. So I just want to know
Oh, yeah?
clerics now.
All right, so
And they have high charisma scores.
while Nikolai's snacking,
I don't know how I feel about
No, I think the
Um,
two flavors together.
so for me personally, we'll start with video games and wrestling.
Okay.
Me personally, I feel there is no. You can debate this with me, but there is no comparison. The best wrestling games ever made
They're common. So I'll put
for
mine
the
at the same time.
N64 were the THQ N64, WrestleMania 2000, No
No
Mercy, and WCW NWO Revenge
And World Tour.
and World Tour.
Mm.
Hands down,
I thought they got better as they went along.
They did.
And when Revenge came out, we played that nonstop. We were like, oh, this is so awesome. It
Yes.
had WWF guys.
the THQ video games were on the money. The grappling was amazing.
Mhm.
It was simple. The reversing system was easy.
Special was your stick.
Yep. Now
It's
My
like
sh-
a box.
Yep.
So,
my
you got the rock. And you got Rikishi on the side.
Yep.
Or as Jim Ross would say, Rockishi.
Rakishi. Now I have a little show and tell here where I don't know which ones are which,
I can tell you because I can read it.
but these are the
Virtual Pro Wrestling.
okay. So this is Virtual Pro Wrestling and this is Virtual Pro Wrestling, right?
Nope, they are Tekken Retsuden, which is
Both of these
Token Road.
These are both Token Road, right?
it. Looks like it to me.
No, it's Virtual Pro Wrestling 2. So there you go. These are Token Road 1 and 2. I have one. I actually have this copy.
Really?
Yeah. And there's
So
this guy that
Virtual Pro is the New Japan game.
yeah, so that's New Japan. When World Tour and Revenge came out, those were out in Japan.
Yes.
So they have like Masahiro Chono, you probably don't know him. Vader's in Tenzin would be in it. Just some
wow.
guys that were in
So these are the
WCW.
New Japan
Power Warrior.
versions
Yeah, Kensuke Sasaki.
of WrestleMania 2000 and WCW and WO. So I have the American wrestling at that time and the New Japan, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and I don't have that. I want to get them, but they're like AJ Styles says Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 is the best wrestling game in the world. That's what AJ Styles said when they interviewed him.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had a lot of moves, and the customization in this they say is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a little bit deeper than these games. I think 2 came out when we got No Mercy.
Yeah.
And this the Tekken Retsuden, Token Spirit or Brave Spirits, Token Road. Again, New Japan. Or is this all? No, this is New Japan too.
Yeah, it says New Japan
Yeah.
Pro Wrestling right on it.
This is the precursor to the SmackDown games and the whole SmackDown versus Raw system. Kind of.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And this one, there's a guy named Tetsuhito Takaiwa who does a triple powerbomb DVD where Chris Jericho got it from, and actually had some junior tag matches back in the day because he tagged with Shinjiro Otani, who was the first WCW Cruiserweight champion, and they were him and Takaiwa were tag champs in New Japan, junior tag champs, and they wrestled Jericho and Eddie Guerrero. It's actually on the New Japan World,
Nice.
and they had a little
wow.
mini feud.
So
Yeah.
the big thing is when we do eventually get the technology where we can game stream, these will be some of the games we play one night.
Yeah, and these are like I'm hoping Video Games Monthly sends me them. And I added the Japanese 64 games.
Yeah.
And so far I didn't get one. I mean, I do have that one. I got years ago. I got it from eBay.
I got these all on eBay.
Probably not bad price, right?
No, they were very good prices. They didn't come in
Let me
box
see
or
that.
anything.
Usually imported games are usually cheaper than like the American counterparts. Just
Now,
because.
when you escape the pro wrestling video games, but it is wrestling related, it stayed with the THQ engine, but it went to EA Sports, EA Games. My two favorite non-pro wrestling but pro wrestling video games were Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Vendetta Fight for New York. Did you bring those two as well? Oh my god.
So yeah.
Now I don't have Def Jam Vendetta Fight for New York for the PlayStation. I'm trying to find it, but it's a very expensive ticket. I have for Xbox.
I have it. Yeah. Vendetta, that's one where Henry Rollins is your trainer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to get
I like
this
that one. And there's a third one, but the third one's terrible.
Icon. Horrible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this for this system.
Oh, I have it, yeah.
Now
So this is actually the same system by Aki or
Yeah.
Aki.
Mine has my memory card in it, but I still have the book.
I believe I do too.
Yep, the book.
That's Jam Vendetta. And he was supposed to be Suge Knight. I
Yep.
forget his name.
Yeah, I think he was V. They called him V.
DMX had the X title, which was kind of cool because TNA had the X title at the time.
Ludacris is at the time he made a song called Throw Them Bowls, and then I had the book as well for.
Yeah, and it would have all rap music that played during the matches. But the first one has a ring, and everything's in a ring.
Yep.
And there's different stages, and you
part
win
two is
titles.
more Street Fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can create a character. So I created John Cena in the second one. I thought it was fitting.
Yeah.
And there's also kind of a move that's like the FU. But yeah, this is a great wrestling game.
Yes.
I mean, I was like, I don't like rap, but I'm like, it's a wrestling game. I'm
It
like,
had a decent story too.
yeah. And there's some bitches in it too here. So,
Yeah.
but it has like Wu-Tang Clan, the people of the day.
Fight for New York had a bigger roster.
Yeah.
Little Kim, Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, Red Method Man, like Noriega.
Snoop Dogg was in that one.
Slick Rick, Busta Rhymes,
Ghostface Killer.
Ghostface. Yep.
Ghostface was in it?
And this happened had some
Awesome.
nobodies. Like I remember Joe Budden or Butta because he had the Stone Cold Stunner.
Yep.
And
Fat Joe.
Yeah, Fat Joe. So there's some nobodies at the time, but fun game, very funny.
Yeah, I love that. Was,
and this one is 100% a wrestling game.
yes. So they're my favorite wrestling games. If I had to do now, that's not counting SmackDown versus Raw. And
You could pick them if you really like WWE 2K14.
yeah, but they're my favorites. If they can make a wrestling game in today's standards with the simple controls and use this,
That's
now,
what the Young Bucks want to do.
Yes.
So when they get to the point when they make the AEW video game, which is probably inevitable.
Yeah.
There we go.
They go that route. Simple but effective. The only other game that I would say that's a WWE video game that I think is very, very, very good is WWE All Stars. Oh,
Yeah.
Randy read my mind.
Yeah. I got everything here. Yeah, this game is fantastic. It's
Fan-
way over the top, kind of like Def Jam Fight from New York.
It's Def Jam Vendetta. It's literally Def Jam meets No Mercy.
Yeah, the controls are pretty cool, and they got guys from all the eras. So there's
Yep.
Randy Orton versus Warrior and
Cool
stuff.
stories in there.
Yeah, I mean, and there's people in like
Very, very.
Andre, Triple
Yeah,
H, Macho
I'm
Man,
sure.
Rey Mysterio. I got almost all the achievements in this for 360 because there's one of the Warrior. It's like win all the titles with the Warrior and beat the whole roster with the Warrior. So it takes
Yeah.
forever, but it's fun. But
As the Warrior,
this game
was crazy to me.
is a lot of fun. It's kind of rare. Like I've been trying to get it for PS4 or
It's hard.
PS3,
It's hard to
and
find.
I'm kind of having some trouble with it. It goes for like $25, which is like not that much, but I still even have my receipt, which from Game Crazy,
You have a Game
no, wait.
Crazy receipt?
GameStop.
I
I do have a Game Crazy receipt in one of the other games.
Really?
Yeah. So when did I
That's
buy
cool.
this? 4/27/2011.
Oh, wow.
I would keep all my receipts.
I wonder if it's the returnable.
Yeah,
You have the receipt.
Yeah.
So what else you got, Andy?
There was the one here. Right, we gotta talk about this virtual pro
Oh
wrestling.
yeah,
Fire pro wrestling. Fire pro wrestling, very hard, but once you get to the controls of it,
you
it's
have
awesome.
to master it.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like them games more. The No Mercy, which is probably the best game of all time. This is the first
Fire
actually
Pro
licensed
Wrestling.
New Japan one.
Fire Pro Wrestling has a game that was talked about as one of the most we'll say one of the most fucked up video games of all time is a Fire Pro Wrestling game for the Game Boy. So
Fire Pro Advance, or
I believe so, but you create a character, and you have a training partner, and a wife, and a family, and
Is it The Sims?
you go against a guy who is very similar. They're using his likeness,
Mhm.
but they didn't say his name, which is Ric Flair. Ric Flair, your partner goes to fight the champion, which is Ric Flair, and he kills your partner in the ring. And then he kills your wife.
no,
Like your wife gets murdered.
so he's a bad guy.
And then you
Right.
go your whole career trying to redeem to get the championship off this guy who's literally destroyed your entire life.
That's a cool story, though.
It gets worse. You win the title. So it's a Game Boy game. So they show you
And then
holding the
kill
title.
Ric Flair.
You hold the title up, It shows you driving home,
Mm-hmm.
happy you have the title, but not happy. Your car pulls into the driveway, and it just shows a still shot of your house, and you hear, you blow your head off.
Really? Oh,
Because
God.
everything around you has been ruined.
I never heard of
Yeah,
that.
you have to look it up on YouTube. It says the most fucked up video game of
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah, I'm not playing that one.
Well, this doesn't have any of that. This is just wrestling, but the probably the best creative wrestling.
Yes.
Thing. I mean, it is like cartoony graphics, but that's the gimmick. Some people
Yeah.
go, "Oh, the graphics are shitty," because but that's the whole idea.
You literally can
You can create anybody.
you
on
can
there.
buy this game and literally put,
and download anyone. They're all
Yeah.
out. You can download me.
The downloading system is tricky, but once
Yeah.
you get used to, so you have to do it from a computer or your phone.
Yeah.
Or no, you
No,
can do
you
it
can-
from your computer or your phone,
or your
you can do
browser
it
on
right from
PS4,
the
yeah.
browser. I recommend doing it on a phone or a PC.
Yeah. It's a little confusing.
It
But
go- it
it's
gets
just a
quicker.
YouTube video for it.
Yeah, so you link your account from the game to your to a whatever account you're going to online or on,
Yeah, on
your-
firepro.net.
Yep, firepro.net, and then you click subscribe,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you turn your game on and off, that character then
It
jumps
goes into
game.
your what?
Yeah, and then you have to
I
put it
forget
in
the
a
name
roster.
of the roster. Yeah,
and
it's
you
like
have to put it in a roster.
inactive, and then you got to
Yeah.
put it in the and this was the first one that actually have licensed New Japan guys.
Yep. And
So,
literally any
you can
wrestler on the
anybody,
planet right now
is that you
is
could
in
go
that game.
and type in Mantar, and someone probably made a Mantar. You
it's
know,
crazy the stuff that people
But
make.
it is pretty good,
And
and
not
it's-
only do they make the characters, but they literally put their entire moveset, and if they go really into depth, you can act
The
you can pick-
parameters.
you can pick your parameters of how that wrestler would react,
yeah,
and the game system makes it super realistic.
yeah. So like, if you wanted to make Goldberg, he would do more strikes than actual moves and
Yes.
stuff like that. So it is great, and this was only like what, $40? It was cheaper than a normal.
Yeah,
game.
it was. I
I
got
have a
the
bunch of
I
Japanese
bought the
ones too.
$60 version only because it came with the DLC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's tons of DLC. And there's actually a Joshi one that's all the women's wrestling in Japan called Queen Special that I have.
Oh, really?
Had all the women of like, the mid 90s.
Nice.
So, and then my last one, speaking of women, you ever see this one?
Rumble Roses.
Okay,
Yes.
there's also Rumble Roses XX, which is for 360 where they added a couple characters. Now, if it wasn't overly sexualized, the actual game engine is really good.
Are they naked?
No, they
Yeah.
never get naked in it.
What
But,
about that bottom left corner there?
Yeah, well, no, they're
Mud
wrestling in mud. It's a mud
wrestles.
wrestling match you can have.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
mud is very skin tone.
But the that engine became SmackDown vs. Raw, basically. Like there's the SmackDown engine, and then SmackDown Here Comes the Pain and Shut Your Mouth. This one became SmackDown vs.
so
Raw.
there's a girl in a cowboy suit
yeah, the gimmicks are in it.
wrestling a schoolgirl.
Yeah, so and there's like sexy nurse and stuff like that.
Then there's a girl who looks like a very dominatrix, sexy Daredevil.
Her name is the Dominatrix, I think.
Really?
But yeah, open it up and then look at the book. There's it has their gimmicks in there.
So this is. I would look at this game and think it would play like a Tekken tag.
No, but it's actually a good wrestling game. But if it wasn't overly sexualized,
Do they like moan and stuff?
no, they don't do that. But it's like they're wrestling on high heels and stuff. It's
Remember
like okay,
the-
you can't do that. But they're doing like awesome submissions and like you do dives out in the ring and everything.
Remember the
Over sexualized submission.
Yeah.
You remember the
No,
like
but
they're grabbing
A
stuff.
cool thing is when you beat it with the character, right? You unlock their other persona. So like, let's say that the main girl here, the cowgirl, she's face. So when you beat with her, you get her bad guy, her heel persona, and she has a
Wow.
different outfit and stuff.
That's
So then
pretty cool.
you can, everyone gets a face and heel, and some have totally different characters.
Jesus Christmas.
Yeah, it's
How is she not falling out of that?
yeah. That's what I'm saying. But like, if
It's
it-
Japan.
yeah, it is Japan. Yeah,
Japan.
She doesn't have nipples.
but
'cause they would
the
be out.
wrestling engine is good, and I was like, this is a good game. But like, everyone's gonna look at it and be like, oh, it's just tits and ass.
Yeah. Remember what was that game that was
The Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
Yeah, when they played volleyball
Yeah.
and every
Yeah.
it was like if you,
I have one that was topped out. Bring it next week. It's
What one was that?
Sengran. Oh, what's it called? Peach Beach Blast.
Senrai Kagura,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Dixie Clemens.
Yeah, she's the
Wow.
character.
Melody Shadow, Miss Spencer. Oh, she's like a school teacher.
Yeah, I used her. She's actually really good.
Aisha, which looks like just a pop star.
Yeah.
Like Britney Spears, but she's doing the Lita thing where her thong's hanging
Okay,
out.
yeah.
Candy
The whale
Cane,
tail.
which is the schoolgirl. This girl looks like a Street Fighter character. Mayoko or Moku.
Miyoko? Let me see
Yeah.
it real quick. Oh, Makoto
Yeah, they
Yakihara.
both have like a Street Fighter look
Yeah,
to them. And
that's like the main girl there, the one.
Evil Rose.
Yeah, Evil Rose.
Is
Yeah,
the-
she's
is the-
she's the main bad guy. So
Uh,
she has the title.
Anesthesia.
Yeah.
That's the nurse. That's funny.
Yeah, so But the actual
take a look
gameplay
at
is
that.
not bad. And I do have for 360 is Rumble Roses XX.
And you have both of them.
Yeah,
That's-
and
that's a live-
that had my receipt for the game stuff.
That's a
Game Crazy.
live stream.
That one had a little bit more characters, but this is the main girl. I think she's kind of based off Manami Toyota, which is actually a real female wrestler in Japan.
Yeah.
And you beat the game and you win the title with her, but then she turns bad because whatever you beat with, you unlock their ultimate thing, which is kind of cool. And they get a different outfit and they have different finisher too.
That'll be a live stream one day. We'll do that when we get the
So
technology.
there's that. And is there any other wacky games like Simpsons Wrestling? It's terrible, but it's cool because the Simpsons are in it.
Oh, that was a terrible.
MTV Celebrity Deathmatch. It's an era one.
Yeah.
There was a good one for PS1 called Power Move Pro Wrestling, which was WCW versus the World before they got the license for WCW. That was a good game. It has really goofy gimmicks. Like the best thing in that was their announcer would be in it, and he would announce you to the ring, but he would like do a spiel, and it's like, now coming to the ring from the courtroom, court is now in session for the judge. And it's like, this is pretty cool.
So movie wise, Nikolai, this is where you shine because you have a good movie.
They Live.
Oh,
Hey,
that is
Lou.
fantastic.
I did not know he was a wrestler, so
Yes.
I enjoyed. Oh man, I lost.
Put the glasses on. The best fight scene probably ever. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like
and they fought each other.
arguably one of the best fight scenes.
They
Yeah.
legit fought each other.
I really
Fun.
liked that movie.
Fun fact: they actually were trying to do all that stuff in John Carpenter's yard. They were actually rehearsing in
Really?
John Carpenter's yard about that. Roddy Piper and Keith David, and Roddy Piper was teaching Keith David how to do the fight.
Wow. That was a
Fun
fantastic fight, man.
It was an awesome
Yeah,
fight.
I
And
love
then
that
it- And then it
movie.
translated.
Out of the woodwork for me.
Yeah.
Translated to WrestleMania a couple years later. Yeah, They Live. If I'll go one step with the horror movie and a wrestler. Very underrated.
Kane.
Kane's movie.
Didn't see No Evil 1 and 2.
See No Evil was,
Jacob Goodnight.
is not a bad horror movie. Like he
I
looks
never
the
watched
part,
them.
and they're not bad at all. Fun fact, and the building it takes place in is called the Blackwell Hotel.
The Black. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I wonder how you would remember that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, but it's not a bad movie. It's actually a pretty good horror movie. He plays a good killer.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a huge movie right now coming out. Someone's in.
The Rock probably.
No.
Nick
My
Frost.
God, how could you guys? Batista, he's Drax. So there's
Oh,
I mean, The
yeah.
Rock's pretty successful. The Batista's in Avengers 3. He's gonna be Avengers 4 and Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. I mean, you gotta say Batista as
Yeah.
Drax.
and
he's funny.
And The Rock is Black Adam.
He's supposed to be, but that's I think
He
Shazam.
gets a spin-off.
Yeah, Shazam, or maybe Shazam 2, or if he's at the end of Shazam
Yeah.
1.
He better be the shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot like No Holds Barred is good for nostalgia purpose, but it's terrible.
Good night, Alexis. Thanks for tuning in.
Why'd you get here on the
Um,
Suburban Commando?
Oh, I was gonna mention that.
Suburban
you could
Commando.
say.
Rocky.
Oh yeah, Thunder Lips. Yeah,
Thunder
Hogan's in
Lips.
that's not Rocky 2 or 3.
What was the movie when when Hulk Hogan
Three.
was the nanny?
That was The Nanny.
The nanny.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then Triple H did it as the nanny.
yeah, the chaperone.
The chaperone,
Yeah.
the guardian, or
Oh.
something.
Some of the dirty was there's one with Dolph Ziggler, the Breakpoint or something like that. Ain't bad. Where he's a
What
cop.
about a really funny comedy movie that you were a fan of recently that had a wrestler in it,
I'm drawing a blank on that one.
where the parents have a pact to stop their daughters from getting hooked up on prom night?
Oh,
It's John
see-
Cena again.
What's that called?
Blockers.
I want to see that. Looks
Yeah,
good.
Blockers.
Very
It,
funny.
it was a funny movie, but again, it could have been anybody. And
I disagree because John Cena, his
He's-
entire career has been wholesome. Has been
Okay.
like,
I will
except
say
the
this.
early John Cena, but he's at the point of his career where he won't even change his character in wrestling because he's super wholesome and he does a beer bong out of his ass
Yeah.
in that movie.
I will say
that
that
the
was
fact of the matter, they
a good
bangs
one.
Amy Schumer and Trainwreck then too.
is a
I
train.
didn't, I didn't get to see it. Did you guys
And he
see
passes
Sisters
out.
with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler? with
Yeah,
John
where he's
Cena's
the drug dealer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
I did like the part though with him where they're like fighting over like being in the car, and he like rips them out. And he's like, "How were you doing this?" Because he tries to put the window. It's an electric power
Yeah.
window. He just sticks his hands and he's like,
Yeah.
has enough strength to fight the car.
I'm going to bring it up before you bring it up. Hell Comes to Frogtown, which is another Roddy
yeah.
Piper thing where he's like the only human and he fights like these like alien frogs and he just like blows shit up.
So besides Dave Bautista, what other pro wrestlers have been in superhero movies, and what movies have they been in?
Is Witch Mountain count?
Oh, Kevin Nash was in The Punisher with Tom Jane, which
Yep.
is fantastic. I love that one. That's my favorite Punisher.
There
movie.
was another wrestler that was in a Punisher movie as well. No, he wasn't. That was Dolph Lundgren. I thought Dolph Lundgren made an appearance, but it wasn't.
The Lundgren is the Punisher in the 1989
Yeah,
one, or 88 one.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and there's like a whole bunch of wrestlers
He's
in The Longest Yard.
But we're saying
Right.
comic book movies.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was gonna say some of Steve Austin movies ain't bad. The one where he's on the island and it's like a reality show. I forget what it's called. That one's good.
Any other ones? They have one in the chat, but we won't say it yet.
Oh gee, I don't
What's in
know.
the chat?
Oh look.
I'm gonna look.
Yeah, you look.
I'm
'Cause
gonna-
I don't know anything about
Kevin
this
Nash was in Ninja Turtles 2 with Super Shredder. That's a deep cut.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go.
But you never see his face.
Sheamus
There
and
it is,
Sheamus.
Sheamus.
Oh, Sheamus
There
from the
was-
newer
yeah,
ones,
was,
yeah.
Rocksteady.
I never seen
No,
those.
Bebop.
Bebop.
And then I know what's his name? Stephen Mel was Casey Jones.
Yeah.
He wrestled it all.
That
he
counts.
wrestled it all, and then he wrestled Christopher
And
Daniels.
he wrestled at
That ROH,
Mania.
he got put through the we tagged up. No, it was a SummerSlam. Tagged up with
SummerSlam.
Cody Rhodes. No, he tagged up with Neville against Cody Rhodes and oh jeez, I don't know. Probably something like a fired. You know that in the chat, say it there.
Somebody that got fired.
Yeah,
Because it was the whole
Nobody-
Stardust
everyone's there now.
gimmick.
Cody
Is that
Rhodes
whole-
ain't there. Neville ain't there.
It was the whole Stardust gimmick.
maybe.
too.
I
Maybe
have a
Miz?
movie. Scream.
Scream.
Is it
David
wrestling?
Arquette.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's all I know.
He's an indie wrestler now.
I just learned.
He's the champ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
He's a
was.
So, any
I
other-
can't think of any more. I'm trying to go through the Marvel movies in my head. Macho Man was in Spider-Man.
Macho Man.
Bonesaw is ready. 3 minutes with the Bonesaw. That was a great scene.
So think early Marvel.
Well, what they said Sabretooth used to wrestle, but
Which one?
what was his name? In
The
old
original
ones,
one,
yeah.
yeah.
Tyler Maine.
Yeah.
But I don't ever. He must
Yeah.
have been in like my level, so
I don't know.
Think
but
early Marvel as a
He's
superhero.
massive. that
I
guy.
mean,
Yeah,
and
he's
a
just a
wrestler.
dude. Spider-Man was Macho Man. Fantastic Four didn't have anyone, I don't think. 1 and 2.
I know. Blade had some. Blade had like.
Well, Triple H when he was the vampire, yeah. I forget his
Blade
name was in Blade 3.
Yep.
Mhm.
I
And he
don't know.
actually had like a little like
Chihuahua
little
was a
dog.
vampire,
Yeah.
yeah. They want to bring Blade back.
Yeah.
And they said I think they might make it rated R, that's fantastic.
They have to. I'm trying to think of anyone else.
There might be
I like
some.
the whole like good like.
If there's anything else that we're
Club
missing,
music.
put them in the chat. Wrestlers that were in comic book movies. We have a bunch that were in. So they said Pacific Rim had Kurgan. I don't
Is
know
that
what
a comic
Kurgan is.
book?
Oh, remember the Oddities?
Oh,
Kurgan was
yeah.
also in 300.
He was.
Yeah.
Um,
Kurgan was a terrible wrestler.
Cena in Trainwreck. The Condemned. That was the Stone Cold War.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking
Yeah.
about when he was on the island, I
Yeah.
think. There's some good Stone Cold ones.
And
And then Batista was also
and
in
Stone Cold.
Kickboxer.
Oh, yeah, that's
Batista
right.
was in.
I got one for
Kickboxer.
you. If you ever see it, you got to watch just because it's a spectacle. It's called Wrong Side of Town with Batista's in it. But if they look like Batista's the main star, RVD is the main star.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And his name is Robbie Spow or something like that. And he's a cop.
Has any wrestlers ever graced comic books that you can think of? Besides, obviously, like Scooby-Doo meets The
Well,
Undertaker.
other than Sergeant Slaughter, G.I. Joe.
G.I.
Yeah, with
Joe.
Super and
I mean, there's always- there was a- What?
Sorry, I was even gonna go with Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Then.
Oh, yeah, because Captain Lou
Because
was
they did a
retired.
whole lot of with Captain Lou Albano being in the WWF at that time. You had Sergeant Slaughter. You had a whole bunch of like cool
Yeah.
wrestlers, and it like ever since we started like the Tornado Tag and all that, I kind of watched a little bit of it. I'm like, wow, this is like bring it
Supposedly,
back a
there's a
little bit.
clip that if you listen very carefully, Luigi says to Captain Lou Albano, he says, "Look at you, Mario. You eat like a slob. You got spaghetti all over your overalls." And he goes, "Luigi, go fuck yourself." I don't know
Hey,
how
Luigi.
Was Predator ever a comic?
I think after the movie.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Predator meets
Movie,
Batman, and there's obviously Predator meets.
Yeah,
at
so-
least
yeah,
Predator
Family Guy-
Spawn.
Well, oh, good. Wrestler and Predator.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I was looking up wrestlers in
I would
movies.
say
That's
it's
very like-
his line there, but
What's his name?
slack jawed something.
Oh yeah,
But everybody's like, eat that and put some hair on your chest. And he's
Yeah.
talking about eating the chew.
yeah.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura's in a couple like lower movies back in the day.
What else you got on that list?
Also, Dave Batista was in a
Random
James
ones?
Bond movie.
Yeah,
That was a
that's
hit.
right.
I was kind of surprised. at
Which
that.
Bond movie was that?
Oh,
It was not the last one, but the one before.
Dave Batista got number one.
Casino Royale? No, yeah.
I was thinking. What the
Andy would know what it is. It's not the last one. The one
I mean,
before.
rocks and everything, but he was in Fast Five.
How
He
about
was
the-
also in that Earthquake movie or
Oh.
like San Andreas.
was it just called San Andreas?
Nathan
Yeah.
Jones was in Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh yeah, he was
I
The
wouldn't
dude with the
know
big
that.
gun.
he was in SmackDown for the while. He was terrible.
Kevin Nash in Magic Mike.
Oh, I
God, that's
forgot
right.
about
Yeah,
that one.
stripper.
Yeah.
It's probably the blows. Oh, how do we not say that one?
The Marine.
Andre the Giant, Princess
See,
Bride.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh yeah.
I know he's in
oh
it,
my god.
but I've
I
never
saw
seen
that. You have to watch. Yeah,
it. Terry Funk is in Roadhouse,
Yeah,
and
I didn't know
I think
that.
he's in another movie too.
yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are
I didn't know that Terry Funk was in.
Roadhouse. Yeah, he's like a
Roadhouse.
random thing that thug that fights him. I think he has one line too.
I bet you
What's his
people are
name?
screaming at their computer screen saying, "Andre and Princess Bride."
Yeah, I can't
What
believe
the?
it. I can't believe we missed that.
Yeah, some of the 3D movies though ain't bad. Like the Marine 1 was okay, and 12 Rounds, the first one was good. Like for
I
them
think the only
movies.
WWE movie I've ever seen was
12 Rounds 2 has Randy Orton.
Was See No Evil.
Oh, okay, and then
Yeah.
there's I watched the one with Dolph Ziggler. There's one with
I
Dean
love
in
Shawn
it.
Michaels, but I'm not watching that Christian one.
Oh, me either. I would never watch that ever.
Never.
Behind Enemy Lines 3 with Mr. Kennedy. Watch that. It's okay. I was like, I want to watch it with Mr. Kennedy's in it.
Yeah, just I'll try.
Drax has to be that's. I mean, The Rock was in some hits. I like
Yeah,
Doom, even though it
Well,
was
Fast and the
ridiculous.
Furious with Rock,
Scorpion King, The Rundown.
Scorpion King, The
Oh,
Rundown.
What's the movie with Chris where he dies right in the beginning of Samuel and their partners, and then it's all about Will Ferrell and
10 most bizarre
The Good
wrestler
Guys.
cameos
Was it The Good
on
Guys?
TV
The Good
shows.
Guys?
Vader at Boys Meets World.
No, the other guys.
Oh, the other guy. That was a good
guys.
movie.
The other guys.
Yeah, The Rock was in a lot when you start thinking about it.
Yeah, he
Booker
really
T
hit
and
hard.
Scott Steiner were in Charmed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Then they have to mention Sabrina the Teenage Witch because they had some people on there.
Really?
Wrestler. They had to have
Some
some
Sting,
wrestlers.
it was in Walker, Texas Ranger.
The Miz was on Supernatural, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's I'm pretty
The
sure.
Bellas
it
And the
Or
real
something,
world.
too.
Whoa.
The Undertaker was in Poltergeist: The Legacy.
was- he should have been the Undertaker. He should
He
have
was.
collected someone's soul.
He literally is dressed as the Undertaker.
That's awesome.
He never break. He,
I'm coming for your soul.
I'm digging holes and
Oh,
taking souls.
Oh, yeah.
Goldberg and Kevin Nash in Love Boat: The Next Wave.
Oh my god.
WCW just had no shame.
Well, what Ready to Rumble, which is I
Ready to Rumble, yeah.
DDP
Roddy
was in it.
Piper was in RoboCop the series.
Oh, I didn't.
I didn't know.
Oh,
that.
wait, yeah, that's right. Wow.
That's cool.
Roddy Piper's in Always Sunny too.
Yeah, they said Vader was on Boy Meets World. Shawn Michaels was in Baywatch. Well, probably because of the
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson.
What
thing.
was Roddy Piper's name in Always Sunny? Rip?
The Maniac.
The Maniac.
Oh my god.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Thunder in
Oh, Thunder in
Paradise?
Paradise, the boat show. Him and Hogan.
Oh, and you know what the funny thing is?
I
Bruce
kinda
the
wanna
Barber
watch that.
Beefcake got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, how
The
about
Rock was in Hannah Montana.
that? Mm.
I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Hannah Montana, shut
It was a
your mouth.
crossover, I think.
With what?
I think
Various
it was Corey in the House.
Oh, wow.
It's just this various WCW stars on Baywatch, and it shows Hogan and
Oh yeah, they were all on.
and,
Nasty Boys were on an episode, I think.
Hogan, Savage,
DDP.
Ric Flair,
Arn.
Vader exploding basketballs with his
Oh,
hands.
Jesus.
Oh, I remember that episode.
I used to watch Baywatch years ago.
And Triple H and Pacific Blue.
Yasmin Bleeth. Oh, Pacific Blue used to come on after all. Yasmin Bleeth was on Baywatch. She was super hot, smoking hot. Look her up. Don't look her up now. Look her up like 1998.
We saved
I
the last
actually
two.
remember that episode very clearly
Really?
now that I look at the image. So somebody takes a bad photo of Hannah Montana and wants to sell it, and they're like, "We'll get rid of this photo if you can get us a bad photo of The Rock." So they dress up as like people that do manicures and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and they give him massages and stuff, and they put him in a wig and like put makeup all over his face to take a picture.
That's funny.
Um,
But that's like when he was on Saturday Night Live and he was there's a girl in there. Or was that John Cena? Yeah, he was. And he was Nick Cottrell, the anti-smoking thing. That's pretty funny.
I'm honestly surprised I remembered so much
Wow,
about that
about
episode.
that.
It's been a long
And then
time.
they were cutting promos on Saturday Night Live with The Rock, and he would just say like all this real personal stuff with
Yeah.
all the wrestlers, and they're like, "Yo, man,
Yeah.
that's just personal." Like
When the Rock was on
it's
Saturday
like
Night
you
Live,
got
it was pretty
gonorrhea, so and so, and you're like, "I'm like, oh my god."
Jesse Ventura had a cameo in Batman and Robin.
good.
I could see that. I could see
Like
that.
Random
Sabretooth
Thug?
Sabretooth was a former
Yeah, Tyler
WCW
Mane.
wrestler.
Sabretooth, come here, Rod.
RoboCop was in WCW.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Outbreak Wrestling.
Oh yeah, he was. I got a picture with him. the RoboCop scene, if you look it up on YouTube, is
Andre the Giant was in Conan the Destroyer, but he was in like a big costume.
Oh, okay.
and Princess Bride.
We did talk
She
about that, but
mentioned
they
Princess
missed it.
Bride right off the bat.
Gangrel was based on an RPG character.
Yeah, from White Wolf Gaming. It's the Vampire the Masquerade. The
Hurricane Helms was based off of
Oh, geez, I wonder who Green
Green
Lantern
Lantern.
sees that tattoo. Stand back.
RVD used to own a comic book store.
Wow. Stevie Richards had a video game company for a while.
The Ultimate Warrior had a
Christopher
comic book.
Daniels
Yeah.
was Spider-Man in the wrestling scene.
And what?
When he, I guess
Christopher Daniels is a huge comic book guy, a huge collection.
Christopher Daniels was, taking the chair shots from Savage.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, the Warrior comic book. Remember that made absolutely no sense.
Alexa Bliss was based off Harley Quinn.
Alexa Bliss was based off Hot.
Jerry what?
She just got excited when
Yeah,
you said
I like
Alexa
that.
Bliss.
Jerry Lawler is a huge Superman fan.
Yeah, he is. Jerry Lawler's a great artist too.
Rey Mysterio does a lot of cosplays.
Yeah,
he
no
did
shit.
the Flash. He did Wolverine.
Avatar,
Wolverine
Silver
All
Surfer.
In was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
He did a lot of cool suits.
Sergeant Slaughter was a member of G.I. Joe.
He's in the movie. The G.I.
Al
Joe first
Santino was a
comic movie.
superhero.
When I met him, he actually had the G.I. Joe like
Coat
patch.
Oh, that's cool.
and he was
Juice-
all in the regalia. It's pretty cool.
Jushin Thunder Liger is based off of an anime character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Raven's iconic
There's a-
comic quotes.
There's actually it's called Tiger Mask W in Japan. It's an anime cartoon. It has all the New Japan guys.
Hulk
right now.
Hogan paid Marvel to use the name Hulk.
Yeah, because they
What?
Mhm.
yeah,
Hulk.
because Hulk was Marvel's property, so they had to license it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought.
CM Punk's comics.
No, the other way around.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Okay, here's a fun fact, a good trivia question for you guys. True or false?
False.
Sting
Sucks. True.
allowed
I don't-
Sting the singer to use his name.
I would say false. I think Sting the Singer came first.
100% came first.
Yeah, like 83.
I know.
But
Yeah, he
I
actually-
like Sting the
He was
Wrestler.
cool
more.
enough. He charges him $1
Oh,
to use for the licensing.
That's
He's just
cool.
cool about it, singing the police. Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap up here. We're hitting that nice mark. Anything you want to plug, Ben?
I'm out.
You got nothing.
I got nothing for once.
I'd like to plug Arby's. Roast beef sandwiches have never been so good.
They got the beef, right? Or the meat?
Ben wants to plug Bangin' Beers podcast.
Okay. Yeah, check out this podcast and my other one called The Power Ring, and then I'll be at Madison Square Garden this week for the Japan ROH show. So
He's gonna get in
no
the
personal
ring.
show. Yeah, I'm not actually wrestling, but it should be
He's going
fantastic.
to. They're like, you know what? We heard you getting chanted on 205 Live.
Yeah, we're gonna put you in the honor rumble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get in there.
actually, you could answer Bubba Ray's open street fight challenge, which was answered by Juice Robinson.
You should answer it.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Start walking down.
So that's all I have there. And then True Wrestling in the April 13th in Lamar, PA. Whoa,
and then,
whoa.
And then Outbreak and PPW shows are coming.
Yeah.
up pretty soon, too.
Outbreak is April 20th and PPW is
No.
April 27th.
I'll definitely be at that show.
Oh, she's
No,
she's doing drugs.
It's for a different reason. It's
HQ.
HQ Words.
She's swearing
9:30.
for all
right. So,
all the police.
I'm gonna do my plug so I can jump into HQ Words.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a BTE night for me on
BTE?
Saturday, April 13th. They're doing their annual Taming of the Brew. Tickets are $63. It's giant beer fest. There's always food, music. There's food trucks in the back. It's always a great time, and it always sells out super quick. So if you are interested in beer and theater, go check that out.
And where's that?
It's in Bloomsburg.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
It's not at the theater because they usually have a show running that day as well. But it's always a fun time, and usually when it starts, the line is like down the block and around the corner and
Wow.
stuff just to even get in.
Especially with little college kids around. Too.
Yeah.
The only thing I got to plug is come hang out with us this Saturday at Goodfellas when we go see the show. Come out, rock with us. I'll be the guy probably up front of the stage acting like an idiot, dancing, and having a blast. Also, Bad Maggie's playing in Tamaqua. Another big show is happening at Trippin' Billy's. I think it's a heavier metal show. Go check that out. Friday night, NXT. Sunday night, Mania. And then Saturday
Yeah,
night,
it's Saturday. You went to watch the Hall of Fame, I guess. That's
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Hall of Fame, and then the New Japan.
You know, I mean, there's I
ROH
think
show.
there's 32 shows overall. There's one of my friends at right now called Pizza Party Wrestling.
Nice.
Yeah, where like they're actually giving out pizza and stuff. And
Nice,
there's,
nice.
Joey
But it is a
Janela's
big,
show
huge
and
wrestling
everything.
weekend. If you can't find wrestling this weekend, you're something wrong with you.
You're a
Yeah,
goof.
If you
Yeah.
can't find something entertaining,
You're a
then you don't
goof.
like wrestling.
And we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Good job, Dave. I love it. We're gonna plug it, even if Andy doesn't want it. Andy versus Gilbert.
Hooked on. I do not want it. No.
Yeah.
Andy versus
The
Gilbert.
only good thing is, I guess I'd win, right?
You gotta get
That's-
that
No,
corny
you gotta
Gilbert.
lose.
Ah.
He's gonna Hulk up on you.
Ugh.
You're gonna get jackhammered by Gilbert.
I heard a match that this goes in. I'll talk about them. But
Okay,
So-
nice. Henry gets squashed by Gilbert.
is that it? Is that it for the?
That's
comments?
it for us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Come see us tomorrow night. We do our pro wrestling show.
Yes.
Things that are in high school. We're gonna get off so they can play
HQ words.
HQ words. Later, guys.
Ah.